This week, we're taking the train to the beautiful country of Ireland to find out what kind of creepiness this gorgeous island can get us into. So many castles. Listener discretion is always advised. All aboard the Midnight Train. Hello, passengers, and welcome to the Midnight Train podcast, where we bring the dark to light. Yes, we make fun of and joke about creepy shit while bringing you as much information on each topic as possible. I'm kind of dry mouthed right now. We are a comedy podcast, and things can get pretty dark. So if you're not into that, listen, no hard feelings.
Fuck off.
Right. Go fuck your fucking mother. Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. But if you are, listen, thanks for being just as twisted and screwed up as we are. Right.
Yeah.
Right. I am your host, the conductor of the cryptic, Jonathan Sayer. And with me, of course, are my co-hosts, Logan and Jeff Butchko.
Hey, buddy.
How are you?
How are you doing?
I'm amazing.
It's so cool that we shared the same last name.
Yes.
Right?
I know. I'm like,
It's like we're brothers.
Logan and Jeff Butch. What's Logan? Does that seem...
We're like a couple.
Is it
You always introduce
yes.
us as a couple.
Is that
Yes.
confusing? Is that what this is?
Hey,
is that confusing?
he's a catch, and I'm 100% lucky.
Oh, wow. So it's that kind of couple, huh?
You shut your mouth.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'll tell you what, Logan.
Oh, boy. So listen, our Patreon bonus for this week for you poopers out there, or if you want to become a pooper, will be on John Bodkin Adams, an Irish-born doctor that may be responsible for over 100 deaths. So sign up for our Patreon, support the show, and become a pooper. All right? So that's it for the business stuff. That's out of the way. So
Wait.
let's get into this.
You don't do business no more?
Well, at the end.
Oh, okay.
At the end. We'll save it for the end.
Gotcha.
That's what I meant.
You're seeing business up front, party in the back.
Yeah.
What are we, a mullet now?
Yeah. It's a mullet. Yeah. That's right.
I'm glad he got
Yeah,
that really
that
quick.
was
He was
good.
like,
That was good.
I mean, my wife's a cosmetologist. She works on hair all day.
oh, okay. So
yeah.
My daughter loves mullets, by the the way.
Really?
She wants one.
Why
I'm
don't
like,
you grow one?
I had one. I don't fuck with it no more.
I wish I could grow hair.
So we'll save it to the end. Let's just get into this. Let's turn down the lights, adjust our seats, grab a drink, and let's get spooky. But first, here's a toast to all you beautiful motherfuckers. Things like
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
we hope you guys are here to have fun with us because we're talking about, well, we're getting into some crazy stuff today. We're going back to our creepy stuff. You guys know what it is. We go to different countries and we talk about the creepy sides of the said countries. And today, listen.
Kathy Lee Gifford.
What was that?
Kathy Lee Gifford.
What was that? Okay,
She's creepy.
Full disclosure, since you guys have gotten this far already, we decided to partake in a little bit of cannabis.
Listen, we made a promise a while
before
ago
we started
that we would smoke and watch the Scouts Guy Zombie Apocalypse.
Yes, and I have to apologize to the Sister Skeleton for that.
So
Skeleton.
we're kind of doing that without the movie right now, right?
Which we will. Listen, I promise you this, all right?
Hey, I've seen the movie, and I wasn't high when I was watching it. It was great.
Well, I have a new TV I just got today.
Oh, yeah.
It's sitting in my living room, and I'm excited about it. I'm
Oh,
getting a
yeah.
surround system that's built into my couch.
Which is
So it's going to be
unheard of.
insane. We're going to watch that movie.
So don't come over on chilly night because we're going to put plastic down on the couch.
So it's going to be amazing. So yes, we promise we will do that. Okay. So listen, on today's episode, we're going to creepy Ireland.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ireland.
And we're going to try really, really hard not to do any really bad Irish accents. Unless,
Are we?
I don't know.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, there it is. Too late.
I think we need to throw it in.
That's good.
I don't understand
That's
what
good.
you're talking about there, lad.
So to kick it off right, we wanted to say top of the morning to you. But seeing as how that's just a silly Hollywood invention, we are instead going to say 100,000 welcomes.
Oh, with your bag of shite.
So, Logan, you actually put that in there. So is that
Yeah.
actually what they say over there?
Yes, a lot of people actually when they're being proper when they're greeting, that's like their go-to for it. Otherwise, like the biggest greeting is average.
So now, is it creepy when they say it like 100,000 welcomes? Or is it like, 100,000 welcomes?
Depends. You drinking before or after?
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, they're Irish, right? I mean, they I feel like that's my heritage. So,
Oh yeah, same here.
Right? Of course it is,
yeah,
because
of
I'm your
course.
father. That would make sense.
Are you?
Well, 23andMe says yes.
Man, I wish we had video going. You amped up so much for that different one.
Oh, yeah.
Like you could see it in your face. You were just like, and then you like let it go. It was awesome.
I was going for
Yeah.
it. So before we get into the meat and potatoes of this episode, I reached out to a friend of ours, Katie, whose father is directly from Ireland, and his name is Kevin, and Kevin is absolutely amazing.
Can we call him?
No. He was actually, I saw him today. So I asked her to see if he had any sort of creepy interactions over there.
Oh,
She also reached out to a cousin who lives over there, and I received this message that morning. Quote, "Oh boy, I hit the jackpot reaching out to my cousins in Ireland. I had no idea about this, but here's her message. Because she asked her like if anything had happened or whatever. She said, some that I've heard. Well, as it happens, our cousin, and she actually put the pronunciation of the name, which is amazing. It's like she knew I was going to read this. Shibale, right? Shibale.
That's a cool name.
Yeah.
dope.
Her dad is part of PSI Ireland, the paranormal study investigations that have an entire Facebook, TikTok, and all kinds of shit going on. It's amazing. They have a ton of
I
followers.
thought that was their version of CSI. I thought you were going to go, wow! PSI.
No, they actually have this. And, so we can have, some good stuff is what she's saying here.
heck yeah, man.
And they have a website and everything that everyone should go ahead and check out and tell them that the Midnight Train sent you. You can go to psiireland.com. And if you go to their Facebook page, dude, it's amazing. They have so much content on there. And it's just, I don't know. I thought it was super cool.
Are there
that's awesome.
leprechauns?
Yeah, I guess you'd have to watch to see.
Oh,
Now, the response from Katie's father, Kevin, okay, and her mother sent this because they were texting. She says, Dad said he can't think of anything. I asked him about the fairies and the banshees, and he said he never saw any of them. The only thing we could think of was when they had to break his dead great uncle's legs to get him in his coffin because they died at home and rigor mortis set in.
That's pretty common, actually. That happens like here.
That's fucking.
You never heard of that? With all
No,
the
I've
stuff
never.
you listen to?
I don't know. I guess it
Really?
kind of makes sense because if you die and you're
Yeah.
like, say, sitting up, then they have to like kind of.
but I thought like rigor mortis was like a sudden death kind of thing. Like your body just goes in shock and you're
No.
It's
Rigor mortis is when your body sets in. It's rigor.
It's just in
You're,
general.
it's
Okay.
the muscles and the blood and
But
everything kind of freezing up.
The only way to animate is to break
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Ugh.
lyrics.
Oh.
The only way to animate is to break.
So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool, and thank you, Katie, for reaching out to them. And make sure you guys are checking out PSI Ireland. It's pretty
Thanks,
awesome.
Katie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
super cool.
That was awesome.
So listen, it's not much like the Irish or us to beat around the bush. So if you don't like that, well, then fuck off while you still got the legs to carry you.
Oh, I got that reference.
That was
That's
good.
good. I got
That was
that.
a good
I felt like I got one.
We got to go a little bit faster. Go, fuck off! You still have the legs to carry yourself.
Because they're, what were they in that? It's
They're
from
gypsies.
Snatch.
Yeah, they're gypsies.
Yeah, but they call them pikers.
Yeah, pikes. Yeah,
Pikers.
yeah, the pikes.
They don't like them over there.
No.
They're basically like gypsies, right?
Yeah.
They're gypsies.
Yeah.
Listen, we're getting all of our knowledge of Ireland thus far
Lucky
from
Charms.
Snatch.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And Lucky Charms, yes.
They're always after me like charms.
First off, let's do what we do and talk about the country of Ireland and its history, okay? Ireland is a beautiful, lavishly green island in the North Atlantic. It is separated from Great Britain to its east by the North Channel, the Irish Sea, and St. George's Channel. Ireland is the second largest island in the British Isles, the third largest in Europe, and the 20th largest on Earth. The first is Greenland.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Which
Wait.
is covered in ice, and Iceland's green, which is really freaking weird. Yeah.
The first is Greenland.
Yeah, the largest island is Greenland.
Wouldn't it be Australia?
That's a continent, so they don't Yes, but no.
Okay.
Yeah. Come on. You know. So it's pretty impressive. And by the way, the name St. George's Channel is said to be recorded in 1578 in Martin Frobisher's record of his second voyage.
Oh.
It derives from a legend that St. George had voyaged to Roman Britain from the Byzantine Empire, approaching Britain via the channel that bears his name.
Gotcha.
The name was popularized by English settlers in Ireland after the plantations. Funny story about Martin Frobisher, and this is absolutely amazing. He was a privateer that used to rob French ships. Okay?
Nice.
Yeah. Frobisher also found that he thought what he thought was gold ore and carried 200 tons of it home on 3 ships.
Nice.
They initially determined it to be worth about right around 5.2 pounds. Is that how you would say that?
It's pounds.
5 pounds, 2 pence. Is that what that is?
Or what did Scrooge McDuck have? In the swimming pool.
Scrooge is Scottish, damn it!
Oh, he is. That's right. Sorry.
Which would roughly be about $7 per ton way back then in the late 1500s. Okay. Which today would equate to around $237 per ton, making the haul worth approximately $47,400 back then, right?
That's a lot of cheddar.
Okay. Encouraged by his newfound wealth, Frobisher returned to Canada with an extensive fleet and dug several mines around Frobisher Bay.
Nice.
He carried 1,350 tons, approximately $3,119. I can't do it. $319,950. There you go. Thank you. Of today. Of the ore back to England. So he took the stuff that he thought was gold back to England, where after years and years of smelting, they finally realized that the ore was an utterly worthless rock called hornblende.
This is hornblende!
Which is typically green and shows how dumb people were back in the 16th century.
Wait, don't you call that West Virginia gold?
What is that? That's pyrite. Pyrite isn't that?
You make some hell of explosions with that stuff.
Wait, with pyrite?
No.
Yeah.
No. Pyrite's the gold looking stuff. It's fool's gold.
It's fool's gold.
What the hell are you thinking of?
Google help me. Google help me.
The Googles.
The Google machine.
So Ireland is divided between the Republic of Ireland, which covers 5/6 of the island, and Northern Ireland, which is part of the United Kingdom. In 2011, the population of Ireland was about 6.6 million, ranking it the second most populous island in Europe after Great Britain. As of 2016, 4.8 million people live in the Republic of Ireland and 1.8 million in Northern Ireland. What?
So it turns out pyrite is one of the most deadly explosives.
Is it really?
I tried to tell you this.
Wait, what's it mixed with? You got to look and see
it says when strongly heated, pyrite undergoes an oxidation reaction, reacting with oxygen in the air and or the torch's effluent.
Dude, that's fucked up because my grandmother's driveway had nothing but like chunks of it all over the place.
Yeah, I've heard of it before, like in...
this is fool's gold we're talking about, though, right?
Yeah, right.
Dynamite sticks.
Isn't that what they call fool's gold? Well, look at fool's gold real quick, because I feel like we're fucking up and we're talking about two different things. I thought it was pyrite.
It's giving me a picture of Beyonce.
All the single ladies.
Yeah, it says pyrite. It's under fool's gold.
Yeah, so fool's gold is one of the most...
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
You can explode it.
I'm not even joking. We thought we were like finding cool shit.
Yeah.
And like bringing boxes of it home.
God, what is it?
I could have blown up my house.
I'm sure the listeners know, but it's almost like a flint.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing. They make the pyrite like a flint, I think.
What?
I'm no chemist.
Obviously. I don't know.
Our listeners will correct.
Dude, I don't even know what's going on right now.
Oh, yeah?
So Ireland has low-lying mountains surrounding a central plain with several rivers extending inland. Its lush vegetation is a product of its mild but changeable climate, free of extremes in temperature. Not too hot, not too cold. Sounds beautiful.
Can we move there?
Yes.
It's a beautiful place.
We have a place to stay if we go out there, so I'm pretty excited about that.
What?
Oh, yeah. Katie and her family, though, literally from there.
You literally think they would let us in if we knocked on their door? They'd be like, no.
No, dude, of course. I mean, if one of the uncles has a freaking the PSI Ireland, they'd be like, come on in. Let's find some crazy shit.
Be like, welcome to the Shire.
Yeah.
The Shire.
Hey.
And by the way, we are by no means making fun of anything. Please take what we say as just, it's cute.
Yeah,
right?
it is cute. You have the best of Shires and the worst of Shires.
I hit the wrong button. There it is. Shit. Oh, boy. So much of Ireland was primarily forests until the end of the Middle Ages. Today, woodland makes up about 10% of the island, compared with a European average of over 33%. There are 26 land mammal species native to Ireland. This includes the red deer, which is believed to have been present in Ireland for at least 12,000 years.
Wow.
The mighty red deer is Ireland's most significant land mammal. And if you guys get a chance, maybe we'll throw it up on social media so you can see what this thing looks like. It's super cool looking. And it only the current species of deer is actually considered native to the country is the red deer. That's the only deer there. Everyone else came from someplace. Apparently, they got on boats and came over. Like, oh, deer.
It's big.
The red deer? Yeah, it's super cool looking. Yeah.
Looks almost like an elk.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Large caribou.
The Irish climate is influenced by the Atlantic Ocean and thus very moderate, and winters are milder than expected for such a northern area. However, summers are cooler than those in continental Europe.
Be rainfall, a lot cooler if you did.
Rainfall and cloud cover are abundant, like a lot.
Yeah, but imagine.
It's pretty...
It's like Seattle.
Pretty gloomy.
Yes, it gets very drab and kind of like whatever, but I love that.
Yeah,
I feel like that'd be like perfect.
Dude, speaking of that, the last 2 days, it's been like super gloomy and drab and whatever.
Yeah.
Dude, I went to go outside when I was at work today, and it was so damn bright. I literally, because I'm very over dramatic when I'm at work sometimes, I kicked the door open to go outside to throw something away, and literally the sun was so damn bright, I cried. My eyes just watered up instantly.
Did it blind you with science?
No, I'm not. I went and took the garbage out this morning.
Yeah.
And I walked out there and like, oh, fucking garbage. And I couldn't see the garbage cans because my eyes were like, no! Like, what is this? Yeah, it's just been so shitty here lately.
Yeah.
And if you're not familiar with the show, we are from right outside of Cleveland, Ohio. So it's been shitty, snowy, and cold here. Yeah.
Today's like the first sunshiny day that we've had in 3 damn days.
Yeah.
You weren't supposed to go out in the sun, though. Dr. Fauci said you 6 feet from the sun.
Oh, is that what he said?
Yeah.
Oh,
and you have to wear a chin diaper.
Oh, a chin diaper.
Yeah.
6 feet?
Yep.
That's pretty hot.
Well,
wow.
If you don't want COVID.
So Gaelic Ireland had emerged by the 1st century AD. The island was Christianized from the 5th century forward. Following the 12th century Anglo-Norman invasion, England claimed supreme power over Ireland. However, English rule did not extend over the entire island until the 16th or 17th century during the Tudor conquest.
Tudor. Oh.
Which led to colonization by settlers from, Logan and my distant relatives.
Oh, nice.
That's,
my distant relatives.
Oh, good for you.
Of course, the Brits. In the 1690s, a system of Protestant English rule was designed to materially screw over the Catholic majority and Protestant protesters and was extended during the 18th century. Finally, with the Acts of Union in 1801, Ireland became a part of the United Kingdom. In the early 20th century, the island's partition followed a war of independence, thus creating the Irish Free State, which is why part of it is still part of the United Kingdom and the other part, they're Free State.
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
Where is the Magic Kingdom?
The Magic Kingdom? That's Disneyland.
Oh,
well, that was Universal Studios.
No.
Well, that's Epcot Center.
Yeah. No, that's different.
You guys don't know what you're talking about right now.
I don't think any of us do at this point. Yeah. Oh, God.
Wait, we're talking about Greenland, right?
Yes.
Oh,
right.
Gotcha.
So this also became increasingly, on its own over the following decades. In Northern Ireland, which remained a part of the United Kingdom. Again, so they were, up top. That's part of the United Kingdom. So when you say United Kingdom, everyone's like, we're going to go to the UK. It's like, well, which part? Because there's Ireland, there's England, there's like Wales. You know what I mean? There's so many different parts of the United Kingdom when you actually look at it, and that's just their thing as a whole.
Like North America, South America, kind of.
Well, yeah, but those are.
But we're separated then.
Yeah. So this is like it's got its own like. So if you look up the UK, like the United Kingdom, it's literally got parts of different countries in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas but it's like parts. You know what I mean? So if you say North America, you know that it's, where Mexico.
It's south past Duran River.
Right.
No, it's left at Albuquerque.
Right.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, now that everyone else is confused. Okay, that is just a little history on the country of Ireland. And just a little side note, the wife and I are actually looking into going over to Ireland with my best pal and Patreon pooper, Bill Birch, to visit his girlfriend, Katie, and her family. And I'm super excited about that.
Especially because you're going to be bringing Logan with you, too.
Yeah, right. Logan's going to be my carry-on. Right. Yeah.
Did you get the real ID?
The what?
Your license to be able to fly.
Yeah. You mean
You
passport?
didn't sound very confident.
you talking about a passport? Because I have a
No,
passport.
you have to have the real ID to fly now, too.
Yeah, the real ID, though. You can't have the fake one.
What the shit is that now?
Your
You,
ID.
you know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh, I
you
do.
have to take a utility bill, your
Yep.
social security
gotta-
card, and your birth certificate.
Yep.
You have to verify 3 different ways.
But I already
that
have a
you are who you are.
passport. What the fuck do I need that for?
Passport's null and void.
You can use the passport as one of your verifications.
Yeah, but you
But you
can't
need
use
3.
it to get on a plane to go overseas. You have to have it on an ID card.
Yeah, they
As
won't
long
let
as
you
you're
on a
Ohio.
plane.
Yeah.
Unless you do it. You never heard about this?
You guys are fucking
No,
with me,
this,
right?
dude,
Dude,
was
oh my
enacted-
God.
This was June of last year that this has been enacted.
We're going to get so many comments from listeners.
Oh, no, they're going to be so pissed
I
off.
know.
You, me or you?
You
Because-
never heard?
I don't know. I don't
It's
go
been in the
anywhere.
news. I mean, it's been everywhere.
Dude, I've been out of the country one time.
Have you been to the DMV in the last year and a half?
No.
This is to fly
Oh,
within the United States.
Yeah.
It's to fly anywhere. You have to have this.
No, bullshit. I just came from Minneapolis not too long ago, and I didn't have to have any of that
That was
shit.
prior to the June thing.
No, it was like
It
2 months
started.
ago.
I know. It just started, though, didn't it?
Yeah, it was supposed to be the first of the year.
All right, I'm gonna look further into this because I feel like you guys are fucking
I'll
with me.
get the link and I'll send
All
it
right,
to you.
all right. So now let's get into this awesome, creepy stuff here because there's a lot of it. I mean, it's an old country, so of course there's going to be a lot of creepy stuff, right? What would a creepy episode be without a haunted castle or 2 or, yes, 30,000? Yes, there is approximately 30,000 muffin farming castles in Ireland. And hell no, we're not going to talk about all of them. What's up, Jeff?
Okay. May 3rd, 2023 is when you have to have the real ID by.
I was like, you're trying to talk to me about stuff in the future? I don't even know what I'm doing today.
It's coming soon.
All right.
To a theater near
At
you.
least I got it in your mind, so now you
Yes,
will remember.
that I will forget 5 minutes from now.
Yeah.
Yes, especially with that Khalifa. Oh boy. So let's first talk about Loftus Hall. This is County Wexford, known as the most haunted house in Ireland, said to be haunted by the devil himself. The fate of Loftus Hall as one of the most haunted places in Ireland was perhaps set in stone due to its construction in 1350 during the time of the Black Death. And you can always head back and listen to that episode because we actually covered the Black Death, aka the bubonic plague, right? That was the bubonic.
Yeah.
The Black Plague. Yeah, it's the same thing. However, the legend of Loftus Hall actually dates from the 18th century when a mysterious stranger came calling on the Tottenham family who occupied the house at the time. Legend has it that the Tottenham daughter, Anne, soon realized that this mysterious stranger was none other than the motherfucking devil due to the apparent fact that he had a cloven hoof in place of his foot.
Wait,
Good catch, Anne.
just 1 foot?
Yeah, I think it's just one.
Oh, so he was like
Half devil.
a tenth of a devil.
We don't know what's above the foot.
Oh, true that.
Yeah, I don't know. Soon after, the mysterious stranger disappeared when he flew up and through the roof. Having disgraced the family due to her supposed hysterics, Anne was subsequently locked away in her room where she died several years later. Psilocybin, possibly. Never just saying. Odd side note: in 2006, Minister of Health Mary Harney banned the sale and possession of magic mushrooms containing psilocybin following the tragic death.
Psilocybin?
Psilocybin.
Psilocybin.
No, it's obviously psilocybin.
That's right. But they banned it after the death of a 33-year-old Dublin man who jumped from a balcony while hallucinating.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what he was seeing?
Yeah, I was about to say, what was he seeing that made him jump from
I don't
a
know.
roof
He's
of a
probably
building?
The devil.
into one of those sandworms from Beetlejuice. He's just, No.
It could be anything. Yeah. I mean, who knows? However, I do have to have like a little another sidebar here.
Uh-oh.
That story of the devil where someone sees the hoof, that is actually connected to I looked up a lot of stuff for Ireland. That's connected to that exact same story is connected to 30 other freaking castles, cemeteries, or houses and stuff in Ireland. It's weird. It's like a very prominent kind of thing that I'm not sure if people just got their stories mixed up when it came to things.
Or apparently there was a pirate living on the island that just so happened to have a peg leg, and they thought it was a cloven hoof.
I don't know if that's how that works.
It sounds like a
Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
Maybe.
whatever, Jeff. You're the
I'm going to go with it.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
There it is.
I actually
All
got Jeff on my side this time.
right. Yeah. Wow. That's
The
crazy.
PS5 lover.
So it is said that Mushroom Ann actually haunts Loftus Hall, which is said to be a hive of poltergeist activity even today. That son of a bitch devil also left his mark on Loftus Hall, where he left a mysterious mark on the roof. Remember, he jumped through the roof which visitors could view via a pre-booked guided tour of the hall if it were still functioning as a ghost trap. I mean, a ghost rendezvous place. Yeah. Yeah, as far as we know, it is actually for sale right now.
Oh, it's a trap.
Yeah, it's a trap. So it is for sale. As with many ghost stories, especially ones from forever ago, there are always variations to the story. And of course, I found one.
Oh, no kidding.
One evening, Charles was resting in his home in 1775 with his second wife and daughter from his first marriage, Anne, the one who's popping mushrooms over here, while the Loftus family were away on business. A ship unexpectedly arrived at the Hook Peninsula during a storm where the mansion was located. A young man was welcomed into the mansion. Anne and the young man became very close. One night, the family and the mysterious man were in the game room playing cards. Each player received 3 cards apart from Anne, who was only dealt 2 by the mysterious man in the game.
Wow.
A butler serving the Tottenham family at the table was just about to question the man when Anne bent down to pick another card from the floor. Which of course she must have dropped, so she's picking up that third card.
Obviously, yeah.
It is said that when Anne bent over to pick up the card, she looked beneath the table to see that the mysterious man had a cloven foot.
Holy Santa.
Man, I was waiting and waiting so patiently.
All right, I'll just let you do those.
I even counted the syllables to the timing of it.
For you guys that didn't hear that, go back like 30 seconds and listen. Jeff played a soundbite right over me, and it's pretty funny. Anyway, so she saw the cloven foot. It was then that Anne stood up and said to the man, quote, "You have a cloven foot." So the man went up through the roof, leaving behind a large hole in the ceiling. Soon, Anne became mentally ill. It is believed that the family was ashamed of Anne and locked her away in her favorite room, where she would be happy. Yet, out of everyone's view, which was known as the tapestry room, so that's where she hung out, Anne refused food and drink and sat with her knees under her chin, looking at out the tapestry room window across the sea to where Dunmore East is today, waiting for her mysterious stranger, the devil, apparently, to return until Anne died in the tapestry room in 1775.
He's going to be a while. He went down to Georgia.
Yeah. It is said that when she died, they could not straighten her body as her muscles had seized, and she was buried in the same sitting position in which she had died. Why didn't they break her legs?
Yeah. Well, then you'd have to do
Well, she was in a sitting position, so they were already like folded in, so she was easier to fit.
Yeah, but how are you going to close the casket? If your knees are all up in, you know what I mean?
That's why you cremate.
Oh, well, whatever. Okay, so the reason I put those 2 stories in there is because it's pretty much the same story. Yeah. A little bit more elaborate, but that particular one right there is the one I found throughout. So it must be like a very popular tale over in Ireland.
Is there going to be a name for this beast?
The devil, motherfucker.
The one-legged man.
I'm thinking like Krampus, like a Krampus-looking thing.
Oh. Yeah, but they said he looked like a normal man. Like he came up and she was actually getting close to the guy, and then all of a sudden she looked down and motherfucker's got cloven hooves.
Have you guys ever read or seen Artemis Fowl?
No.
Is it the guy from Wild Wild West?
No. What?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
that's Will Smith and what's his face?
That's Artemis. His name's Artemis.
No, you're thinking Ready Player One.
No, that's not. God.
There is an Artemis in Ready Player One.
Oh, no, his name is Art. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, but anyways, so in Artemis Fowl, they take the fairy tales and bring them to life. And whatever the hell is that called? Not a centaur or not a sitar. What the fuck is it called? When,
I know what you're talking about.
When you're half goat, half man.
Fucked up.
Minotaur.
No, it's half goat, half man, not half bull. Minotaurs are half or mostly bull.
Half goat, half man?
Yeah, it's like something
a gan. A moat.
I'm sorry, are you saying spam?
Anyway, go ahead.
Anyways, they talk a lot about like
everyone right now is going, it's called this. That's my favorite part of this, by the way.
At home screaming into
because we'll get emails and texts or messages from people and they're like, motherfucker. I love it. Sorry.
I can't remember what the hell it's called. But anyways, so that book or whatever turned into a movie. It was actually a really good movie. It's based in Ireland. There's a whole lot of like fairy tale creatures and stuff like that they bring out to like bring to life in the book series or whatever.
Okay.
And Ireland is like,
it's a fawn.
It's not a fawn.
That's what the internet says.
It's something tar.
Fawn.
It's like a Greek name.
F-A-U-N. Fawn.
I don't know.
Is a half human, half goat mythological creature appearing in Greek and Roman mythology. You like that?
What the hell?
Anyway, continue. I'm sorry.
Anyways, I don't know what I was talking about. But, no, anyways, they were talking
Smoke
about
weed every day.
Ireland has a lot to do with like mythical creatures and stuff like that. So
and
like
goats.
Yeah, they like ghosts.
Well, they're an old country.
Yeah, they're very old.
You know what I mean? Like it's a very, very, very old place.
Like, yeah, like in here was talking about first AD and stuff. You know, old.
It's old.
I like how if you type in Ireland mythical creatures, the first thing that comes up is leprechaun.
Well, leprechauns were big over there. Like as far as like from our standpoint.
Do you remember the video from? Oh God, what was this? This is going back probably like y'all see the leprechaun in the tree? Say yeah,
the whistle tip.
You remember the guy's got the flute and he's like, "This is a leprechaun flute passed down from 3 generations." Yeah, it was like a PVC pipe. He's like, "My great grandfather gave it to my daddy. My daddy gave it to me. Yeah. This will summon the leprechaun you want to see." And he goes,
"Y'all see that leprechaun in the tree?" Yeah, that's a crazy video.
That's like one of the first meme videos.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So now
Logan's like, "What are you talking about? I'm going to send it to you. It'll make more sense."
We should post that up online so we can see that.
That's a classic.
That'd be hilarious.
So now let's go to Galley Castle, okay, in County Antrim. Said to be one of the most haunted places in all of Ulster. The picturesque Galley Castle, which sits on the coast, is haunted by several different ghosts. The most well-known of these entities is the ghost of Lady Isabella Shaw. Ooh. This so-called ghost of Galley has a penchant, or a penchant, but I decided to be fancy, for knocking on bedroom doors in the dead of the night.
Ooh. Who was that?
My dog's going to freak out.
Yeah, right.
Though restless, Lady Isabella is a friendly ghost who roams the halls looking for the child of her child taken from her at birth by her cruel husband, Lord James. Sounds like an asshole. Once in possession of his child, legend has it that Lord of Buttholes James locked his wife away in a tower where she fell or was pushed to her death sometime later. Today, visitors can climb a spiral staircase to view the ghost room where Lady Isabella lived her tragic final days. In 2003, manager Olga Henry mentioned that after spending time in the hotel, quote, "I'm sort of very skeptical about the whole supernatural thing and ghosts. But the more I stay here and work here, the more I think there's definitely something in the hotel." According to Olga, a guest was staying in one of the rooms located in the tower beneath the ghost room. In the middle of the night, he awoke, half asleep, believing he was at home and that one of his children had laid their tiny hands on his back. He woke up, realizing where he was, and said that he could hear a child running about the room and laughing, but nothing could be seen, so he ran into the lobby wearing nothing but his boxers, scared to shit. Okay.
Wait, he was scared to shit?
He was scared to shit.
Oh, gotcha.
Not scared of shitting.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Okay, I'd be a little bit weird about that.
About the guy running around with his boxers?
Not the guy running around. I'm the fucking waking up and having a little kid, and all of a sudden you're and running around the room.
Dude, speaking of which.
Oh, God.
Dude, last week.
Don't tell me anything about my granddaughter.
Holy fuck, dude. It's good as shit.
Was she pointing at the ceiling and talking?
No. So
she was talking like, what?
So we were asleep, dead asleep, and then like an hour and a half of us sleeping, all of a sudden Sid just like smacks the fuck out of me, and I'm like, "Fuck's going on?" All I heard was, and I was like,
"Was that Sid?"
I was like, "Someone's in my fucking house."
Sid is his wife, by the way.
I grabbed my fucking gun out of the fucking nightstand, which is right next to me. I'm like, freaked the fuck out. Sid's like, "Do you hear that toy clicking?" I'm like, "Fucking toy clicking? I heard an old man in my house. What the fuck is going on?"
Uh-oh.
I run out. And Ava's just laying in her bed. She's talking in her sleep. And we have the monitor going. And I was like, "Why the fuck do you sound like an old man?"
You need to record this stuff for the show.
Yeah, we need that.
Creepy.
We need that sound
Dude,
bite.
how old is your house that you live in?
It was built in like the 70s.
It was a Manson house.
Oh, boy.
You need to start recording sound bites and video clips.
I hear creepy shit all the fucking time. It's so weird. And I look like the fucking creepy guy walking out in my underwear in the middle of the night when it's snowy out with a gun in my hand with the tack light showing. Like, I'm that kind of guy. Yeah.
Well, in December of 2003, Olga here.
Your dad is never coming over again.
Yeah. She had actually set up the dungeon room in the tower as they
Was this 50 Shades of Grey?
Yeah.
Go to the dungeon.
Ooh. I've never seen that, nor do I ever want to see that.
You've never seen that movie?
Nope. I refuse.
Good man.
Yeah.
I refuse to watch it.
You.
Yeah, I refuse to watch it. My wife's seen it, though, and then afterwards, boy, was there a talk after that. And I'm like, that's why I didn't want to watch it.
It is gotta be, hands down, the dumbest movie I've ever seen in my life.
Is that why you have the ball and gag upstairs?
No.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Oh.
No. That's for medicinal purposes. Anyway, yeah, dude, I just don't think it's not up my alley as far as like, and I'm not like a kink shame or anything like that. I don't give a shit. But the problem is that when the book came out, and listen, ladies, be empowered. Get out there and get yours. 100% you should do that. Don't ever feel that like this whole little differentiation between men and women, that men can go out and slang their dick wherever they want and they're studs and women can't. That's bullshit. Go get yours. I don't care. But when this book comes out, then all of a sudden there's this huge, women are allowed to do this now. It's like, you've always been allowed. You don't need a book to tell you to do that. If you feel you want to do that, go take it. Be you. Who gives a shit? Just looking at me like, I feel different.
I feel like I'm on Dr. Phil right now.
Now, if you feel that way, you just go right ahead.
Now, what is your problem about letting your wife go and get a whip and smack you across the back?
Now, have you ever had a pinky in your butthole? No? Then how you know you don't like it? I'm just saying, you guys do whatever you want to. You don't need a book to tell you. Anyway, damn, that was a weird fucking transition.
Yeah, that was definitely a tangent.
Yeah. So anyway, she went down to She went down to the dungeon room here as they were expecting guests and requested that the table. So now this dungeon room was actually set up for like dining and stuff.
Oh, nice.
Okay,
so
remember,
we keep the guests in the dungeon.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Yes. So they had it all prepared and it was all nice for dinner service. She locked the room and then later checked on it. Okay. The table was a complete mess with unfolded napkins, glasses with an unusual scum around them, and was now arranged on the table in a circle.
The nerve.
Mediums spending the night at the castle have often reported that they've detected more active ghosts than guests actually staying at the hotel.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. It's kind of fucked up.
So I heard there's going to be a room there for us here in the coming months.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
I'm down to go. You know me, dude. I'll go any of these places.
See, I'm going to go to Ireland, and you're just going to not find me anywhere because I'm like hiding in a hole somewhere because I don't want to go back home.
Well, I didn't say we have to come back.
What would you do in Ireland? If you had the chance to just go there and stay there, what would you do? Like, how would you start?
I know my answer.
I would go find the McCafferty pub. I would go find the McCafferty Shire, and then I would go hang out with the rest of the family that I know that's on both my mom and dad's side because there's a shit ton of those guys out there. First off. Secondly, I'd get drunk as shit every day.
All right.
You know what I would do? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I would sit
on a plane
and just look. That's what I would do. I would just look out the entire time.
It'd be nice. A lot
That's
of green, a lot of hills.
Okay, and drink.
Yeah.
You can't go there and
rent a motorcycle. Do you remember when Sons of Anarchy, when they went to Ireland?
Oh, yeah.
They didn't rent motorcycles.
Going on those hilly sides.
Oh, yeah.
It's beautiful.
Weren't they Vespas?
No. Why the fuck would they be riding Vespas? Oh my, that'd be an entirely different show. Yeah.
It's Sons of Anarchy.
I had to turn that. Today on Sons of Anarchy.
Now listen up, VP. I'm going to take your patch. I know you earned that patch, but that patch is not mine.
Jax Taylor, you son of a bitch.
Why don't you shave your beard, Opie? It's tickly.
Oh my God. This is what happened when we smoke before we do this. Holy shit. All right, moving on. Ross Castle, okay, is now run as a B&B and was initially built in 1536 by local ruling clan, the O'Donohue's Moore.
There's more of them?
It's more M-O-R, Moore.
O'Doyle rules.
Right, same thing. Right. Though ownership changed hands during the second Desmond Rebellion of the 1580s to the McCarthy Moore.
Gotcha.
He then released the castle and the lands to Sir Valentine Brown, ancestor of the Earls of Kenmare.
Oh, yeah.
God, everyone had such great names back then.
Valentine Brown. That's awesome.
See, Valentine Brown to me sounds like a pimp out of the outsides of like Detroit. You know what I mean? He walks up, what's up? I'm Valentine Brown. You got my money? You know what I mean? That's what that sounds like to me.
Oh, shut your mouth.
Talking about hoe.
Valentine says, shut up. It's fucked up. Which Valentine is actually a family name in my family.
Yeah, we talked about that in the Hatfield McCoys.
Yeah.
There was
a Valentine in that. Yeah. I had an Uncle Val, dude. Yeah. And it goes way back. There's like a bunch of them in there. So maybe that's where they got it. I don't know.
Maybe.
The castle was the last to surrender to Oliver Cromwell's Roundheads during the Irish Confederate Wars. It was only taken when a boat brought artillery via the river Lune, or Laune, L-A-U-N-E, Lune,
La Lune?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Lord Muskerry held the castle against Edmund Ludlow, who marched to Ross, which that's what they call this place is Ross, because Ross Castle, you get it. Yeah. Anyway, with 4,000 foot soldiers and 200 horses.
Oh.
However...
Foot soldiers from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Yes, they were there.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
I knew they came from somewhere.
Yeah, that's where they came from, Ireland. You didn't know?
Oh, don't you know?
However, it was by water that he attacked the stronghold. The Irish had a prophecy that Ross could never be taken until a warship could swim on the lake. An unbelievable prospect.
Makes sense.
Quote, Ross may all assault disdain, till on low lane strange ship shall sail.
Dude, can you imagine talking like how they used to talk back in the day?
I couldn't do it now.
Dude, that'd be so amazing.
So basically, that's what they say. They said that there was a prophecy going on that castle would never be taken unless by water, by boats and whatever. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
You know?
The big lady saying.
Right. So guests often wake at night hearing voices and doors banging and shutting on their own.
Oh.
Paranormal believers say that the spirit of an English lord's daughter haunts the castle. So does the ghost of Miles the Slasher O'Reilly.
Oh my God, not him.
Auto parts.
The Irish chieftain folk hero spent his last night here before dying in battle in 1644.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. So now Glasnevin, I actually had the pronunciation of this. Glasnevin Cemetery in Dublin.
Oh, yeah.
More than 1.5 million people are buried in Dublin's Glasnevin Cemetery.
Holy cow.
None arguably more prominent than Michael Collins.
Oh, yeah, I know him.
The Nationalist. You should, hopefully.
Yeah.
Okay, do you? No, I didn't think so. The Nationalist leader killed in the Irish Civil War in 1922, among the most visited sites in Glasnevin. So his grave is one of the biggest, and they got like 1.5 million. At least 183 soldiers of the Irish Free State were buried around him.
That's crazy.
In 1967, their names were recorded on a memorial around Collins' grave.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's actually really cool.
Yeah.
Isn't there a drink named after him?
No, that's the Phil Collins. And every time you drink it, it goes do 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 do.
Hands down. Set the bar for 2022, because that right now is the best fucking joke I've heard in so long.
Yeah,
I'm soundbiting that
was
one.
Good.
We're gonna.
That was good. That was a good one.
I could totally feel it.
It's not called a Michael Collins, is it? I know what you're talking about.
Sound familiar?
There is
like
a drink.
No,
there is
it's like a John Collins or
Hold on, you almost got it. Hold on, is it a Tom Collins?
Tom Collins. Yeah,
that's it's Phil Collins' cousin.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. He's got his own drink.
Tom
Collins.
Tom Collins.
Tom.
He's like, hey Phil, you need a bass player? And Phil's like, no, we're good.
Well, I made this drink for you,
but I can play a bass. No, we're good.
Yeah.
Hey, you want me to help you with that Disney soundtrack? No, we're good. Okay, I'll be over here if you need help.
Tom.
I'll do Tarzan 2 for you.
Go lay down, Tom.
Did he do Tarzan?
He did Tarzan 1 and 2.
I remember that.
It's like
The music for it, yeah.
soundtrack is dedicated to Phil Collins because that's all he did.
I've seen it. I saw him do a solo thing about a year and a half, 2 years ago. Right before COVID, I think.
Yeah.
And then saw him at, I think I sent you the pictures of Genesis.
Yeah.
Okay, so
dude, amazing. Oh my God.
Top song by Phil Collins.
Me?
Don't think hard, just go.
It's going to be Against All Odds.
Okay. Do you know who Phil Collins is?
Yes, I do. He was in Genesis, obviously.
What does Genesis have? What song?
I don't know.
I'm going to go
I don't know the name
Sussudio for me.
Sussudio? Okay, that's a good one.
Okay, I didn't realize that Genesis did
Against
Something
All
happened on
Odds?
the way to heaven.
Yeah, I know the song.
That's such a
That's a
great
good one.
song.
They have a lot of good songs. I just don't know the names of the songs. All I know is the
can't dance.
One More Night.
One
more night.
Such a good
Yeah.
one. Dude, I'm telling you, everything they played was nothing but bangers.
I know all the Tarzan songs. I don't know the names of them. But I can
Well, that's
sing
Phil
them.
Collins. He actually, he did those ones too.
He sang them though.
That's filthy Disney money.
That is not filthy Disney money. That was my childhood, and then after that, it's filthy Disney money. Okay.
Okay.
It's still filthy. Yeah, it's still filthy. Yeah, I wish I had it. Hey, look at me. Hey, Logan. You want to watch Tarzan too?
You ever heard of Phil Collins?
You got Venmo? Jesus Christ. Oh my God. So 1993. A mass grave.
You mean to tell me she's fucking goofy? You ever seen that meme?
Yes.
Oh God, it's so bad.
I don't think I've seen that one.
It's a pic. Never mind.
You ever see the one where Snow White pushes Pinocchio down, sits on his face, and goes, "Lie to me."
That's amazing. No.
No? Really?
Nope.
Me neither. Anyway,
I got to get back on Facebook, man. I'm missing out.
That's actually an old joke my mom used to tell me. Your grandmother. Yeah,
that's great.
You're welcome. Yeah. So in 1993, a mass grave containing the remains of, this is really fucked up and really cool at the same time. So there was a mass grave containing the remains of 155 women, and it was uncovered at the site of a Magdalene laundry in High Park, Drumcondra. Now, Magdalene laundries were institutions used to house fallen women, a.k.a. prostitutes.
Oh.
Okay, so they were houses for basically a place for them to go to.
So, like, if they weren't doing their job or whatever.
Or maybe even if they were,
That's
really...
like where they stayed. Okay.
That's kind of where they were at.
Well, first thing you would do is if you didn't pay Valentine Brown, then he would take you there. And that's
he said, bitch, you going to Magdalene.
Right.
Sorry. That's fucking horrible. So anyway, that's what it was. So the sisters from the convent, arranged to have the remains cremated and reburied in a mass grave at Glasnevin Cemetery, splitting the cost of the reburial with the developer who had bought the land.
Oh, okay.
The cemetery also offers a view of the changing style of death monuments in Ireland over the last 200 years, from the austere, simple, high stone erections of the period up until the 1860s to the elaborate Celtic crosses of the nationalistic revival from the 1860s to the 1960s to the plain Italian marble of the late 20th century. So, like, they literally have pretty much every style of headstone at this cemetery as well.
And
yeah, I'm looking it up now.
So going back to that, the Magdalene laundry thing. So they literally, so this place,
not figuratively,
when the women died there,
okay,
they would just bury them. Okay, so let's just say,
so like without like a headstone or anything like that, they would
pretty much unmarked.
Okay,
unmarked. They would just kind of put them in the back because again, kind of, we've talked about this before when it comes to serial killers and stuff, how like they kind of just, everyone kind of like looks at prostitutes and those types of drug addicts or whatever, like they're the bottom of the barrel and no one cares about them.
Yeah, okay.
So back then though, syphilis and things like that, they weren't taking antibiotics and stuff like that. They were just dying. You know what I mean? And so they would just take them and kind of put them in the back. And they found literally 155 of these women in these freaking graves.
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
No, I hope not. At least not that way.
Wait, what?
There's another reference.
I know that reference.
What's it from?
Dirty Dancing.
Oh, hey.
Yeah. Someone has a guilty pleasure.
I love that movie. Dirty Dancing and Grease. Fuck, I love those movies.
I love Grease.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Have you seen Grease too?
It's too. Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, so bad.
That's so bad. Except it has one of the greatest songs in it ever.
What song?
Cool Rider.
Okay.
I love that song. The melody line to that song, and it's what's her name? What's her name? Michelle. Damn it. Pfeiffer. Thank you. She sings it, and she's a young Michelle Pfeiffer in that one.
Oh,
yeah, and she sings it. Cool Rider. It's such a great song.
Grease
anyway,
still gets me.
But it was a horrible movie. So obviously, tales of ghosts here at the cemetery and paranormal happenings shouldn't come as too much of a surprise. But it's the story of one Newfoundland dog that seems to get the most notice.
Wait, it's Newfoundland?
Newfoundland.
I thought it was Newfoundland.
No.
Oh.
That's because I love you. Newfoundland dog here. When his master died, the faithful canine companion refused to leave the gravesite, eventually starving to death.
Oh.
Super fucking sad.
Didn't they make a movie about that?
It happens all the time.
Oh, okay.
But the dog's apparition has been spotted at the tombstone. So like you can go there and still see the dogs.
All I got to say is how freaked the fuck out would you be if you're going, you're paying respects to, people at the gravesite, your family, what have you. All of a sudden this dog just walks up to you and goes, "Woof," and just gone before you even realize.
Is it like a DMX woof or is it like a dog woof? Because that changes the mood.
Walks up, oh.
I'm like, what's up?
Yeah, I don't know. Either way, yeah, it'd be weird for sure.
Yeah.
So this one is, there's a short little one here. This is, I'm going to say this wrong. Lough, but it's pronounced differently over there. I want to say it's either Low Crew or Lao Crew.
It should be Low Crew, yeah.
Okay. Neolithic cemetery. The Laukru or Loker, whatever, cairns are passage tombs, 32 of them, in fact, and they were built over 5,000 years ago.
Wow.
And no one knows who made them.
I know who made them. No, you don't. Oh, damn.
Ancient aliens.
The Irish name for the cairns is I had this written down
This
too.
is Gaelic, right?
Sliaba, na Kalel. Fuck. I just that sounds like we're making shit up. Yeah, thank you. Also known as the Hills of the Witch.
Oh.
Legend has it that a witch built them by jumping from one hill to the next, dropping stones from her apron to form the cairns.
Must be a big ass apron.
Yeah.
Was she a chef?
Yeah, never mind. I was gonna say there's some like some Hansel Gretel stuff going on.
me stones. I need more.
She's not British. Maybe she was.
Maybe she was. She was a witch.
Yeah.
You never know.
Witch, she's a witch. So anyway, I just thought that was kind of cool.
That is kind of cool.
This next one here is Castle Leslie in County Monaghan.
I've heard so many things about County Leslie. Castle Leslie.
Have you?
Yes.
Seriously?
Yeah.
So built in 1870, Castle Leslie's Red Room is supposedly inhabited by Norman Leslie, who died abroad in 1914 and returned to the castle as a ghost, which is really weird for me to even, like, you guys know me, I'm skeptic when it comes to this shit.
Yeah.
But how's a ghost going to die somewhere and then all of a sudden spirit's like, man, I'm going to go home and fuck with people?
Dude,
But
this
where all
place
his
is
energy was
baller.
placed, man.
Have you seen the
oh, yeah, it's
pictures of
beautiful.
it?
It's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow.
They
Yeah.
offer tours and shit like that to this day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Red Room has been at the center of family life at Castle Leslie Estate for centuries. A doorway in and out of this life, so to speak. Anita Leslie King gave birth to her daughter Leonie in this room.
Oh.
Norman Leslie was seen by Lady Marjorie Leslie beside the chest of drawers in 1914, so right after he died.
Okay.
So in a chest of drawers for us is a dresser.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a chest of
fancy way
drawers.
of
Yeah,
saying it.
it's a
So
dresser.
like
No, we're just idiots and downplay everything and make everything sound, let's make it simpler. You know what I
Well,
mean?
yeah.
Well, why wouldn't we?
It's a chest of drawers
Why make it complicated?
because it's a chest of drawers.
It's a
Why
dresser.
would I want a treasure chest full of underwear?
Yeah.
Why do I talk to you guys? So this is right after, a few weeks after he'd been killed in the battlefields of France. He appeared as if in a cloud of light, reading through some of his letters as if he was searching for one in particular, which is fucking creepy.
Yeah, he's looking for the fucking bills.
Yeah, it's one thing if you walk in and he's like, oh. It's another one's like, did you pay this? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but who charged extra on pay-per-view?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just thought that was kind of weird.
That'd be really weird.
Lady Marjorie sat up in bed with a start and said, quote, "Why, Norman, what are you doing here?" He simply turned to her and smiled and then faded away.
I know what you've been doing.
And that's when you snap your own neck. Remember we keep talking about that?
Yeah.
So like in that instance where you see that guy smile and he disappears into nothing, that's where you grab like the top of your head and the bottom of your chin and you twist as hard as you can and hope for the best.
That sounds like the worst way to ever attempt to kill yourself.
Really?
Yeah, that sounds like the worst. Doesn't it sound like horrible?
I don't know. In the movies, it seems so easy and quick.
Yeah.
It's not, ever. It's
Yeah.
not. That's not an easy thing to do.
Steven Seagal could do it in like a point,
Dude,
a second?
He can
Not
just
even?
flick you and all of a sudden dude, Chuck Norris can do even worse, man. He just blinks and all of a sudden
He
your
did
neck's
it
just-
one-handed. He's just like,
Yeah.
and
Well,
snapping.
Chuck Norris just thought about it and you did it yourself.
Yeah, true that.
Yeah.
He was the ghost in the
Guys
room.
always hold me back and hold me down. I'm going places.
So Lady Marjorie held court and received visitors in the Red Room until her death in 1951. At the very moment of her departure, she appeared in Desmond Leslie's London flat where his son, Sean, then just a baby, was dying of a poisoned mastoid.
Oh, wow.
She came up the corridor in a gust of wind.
What is a mastoid?
It's a mastoid. What is it's a bone, right?
Is it a bone?
I don't know.
Bone.
Hold on, let me look. How you spell that? Mas-
Wait, isn't that the furry elephants?
mastoidus?
I don't know.
Mastoidis?
What's a mastoid?
Oh, it's like behind your ear.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's a bone, right?
Swollen area behind your ear.
Yeah. So anyway, it was poisoned. So anyway, she came up the corridor in a gust of wind, touched Sean, who suddenly said, "Pain gone," and he was perfectly cured.
What the hell?
About the same time, Desmond's mother-in-law, Emmy Bernauer, had a vision of Marjorie pointing across the lake to a fantastic palace glowing in the sky. Marjorie said to her, "Look where I'm going to live now." Castle Leslie gained media attention in 2002 when Sir Paul McCartney married Heather Mills in the family church located on the estate.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's beautiful. If you guys get a chance, look that up. The place is awesome looking.
All I got to say is if I ever get sick, I want to be shipped there.
You want to go there?
Yeah.
To see if they can cure your mastoid?
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
I thought it was a hairy elephant.
You can cure it with antibiotics.
Oh, imagine that. You mean modern medicine?
Makes sense. I don't hear about mass.
Well, that's why they said you don't hear about it anymore.
Yeah, it makes sense. Did you see that polio is coming back?
The what?
Polio?
That's the new variant.
I thought they was it
eradicated? No, it's like South America has got like a
Didn't we all have polio vaccines?
Yes.
When we were kids?
Yes.
In the US and other countries, but maybe not in South America.
Are they anti-vaxxers?
I don't know.
Did they get the booster?
It's South
Wait, I thought it was, who was it? Was it Gates that was like a real big, like, helped eradicate that, I thought?
Yeah.
Was it polio? I'm thinking
because
it was,
they found it on Sex Island and he wanted that place cleaned up so he could go back there again and again and again and again.
Oh, boy.
Remember me, listeners, if I should disappear.
Oh, boy. Knock, knock. Who is it? The Clintons. Uh-oh. Which, by the way, on a side note on that whole thing, and everyone knows about the Epstein thing, and we still need to do a bonus on that.
Can we please?
We need to. But did you guys know there was actually a Sex Island before that one?
Yeah,
or what do they call it? Is it Sex Island they call it?
That's what they're calling it. Yeah.
Okay.
Calling it now.
There was actually one in Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fucked up. And there's a really weird possible connection between the Candyman that we've talked about before, that serial killer.
Oh, the movie?
Loosely based.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And John Wayne Gacy.
Oh.
Dude, it's fucked up. I was listening to this huge podcast. It's called The Candyman and the Clown, I believe it's called. If you guys want to do yourself a favor, you'll binge. It's only 8 episodes long. But like she went in depth and actually got a hold of investigators and detectives and all these people. A guy that was actually talking to Gacy and recording his phone conversations while he was in prison. It goes through this whole thing. And it's like, apparently there was this huge like trafficking thing going on forever, stemming from California to Texas all the way up to freaking Michigan.
That's crazy.
And they're thinking that Gacy had people with him that were a part of it, and that's why there were so many bodies underneath when they found him. I think it was 33 altogether.
Do you think him and Epstein had a conversation?
Absolutely.
I think Epstein was well, maybe he stemmed from that. I don't know. Dude, it's just really weird.
You know what though? I don't think Epstein like did anything with underage girls. I think he just set it all up and then framed the people and took the money. I mean, like it was obviously his thing.
His hands touched.
I don't know. And
maybe that's who knows.
It's bonus material. Bonus material.
We're talking about awesome Ireland right now.
These people don't want to hear about crazy ass
America.
Epstein. Yeah.
You're gonna have Bill Clinton like at your front door as a diversion.
I told you.
John, I'd like to talk to you real quick if I could.
Is this the Midnight Train podcast?
I'd like to talk to you if you don't mind.
Happy birthday, Mr.
Have you met my wife, Hillary? You hear...
You wouldn't happen to have a reed for a saxophone, do you? Because mine broke.
So listen, this one's really cool and super fucked up as well. This is the Hellfire Club over in Dublin.
Oh, sounds like a metal band to me.
Yeah. So Montpelier Hill or the Hellfire Club.
Montpelier.
Whatever you say.
That's in Vermont. No?
You good?
It's okay.
Is it the capital?
Yeah.
It's Montpelier.
You ever seen what the hell is the fucking cartoon? The Animaniacs?
Yeah.
The states.
Yeah.
The states and capital song.
Yeah.
Wacko?
Yeah.
No? He just goes, yeah. like a fucking singer. Yeah. So this, or it's also called the Hellfire Club, is an old hunting lodge set in the Dublin Mountains with an extraordinary past indeed. Founded in the 18th century by Richard Parsons, a Freemason, and the first Earl of Ross, the Hellfire Club invited its members to deviate from the social norms of the day and take a walk on the wild side of life. I mean, if the Hellfire Club had a motto, it was probably anything goes. From debauched behavior to satanic rituals, it seems that nothing was off limits for members of the Hellfire Club.
Yeah, the place looks pretty rough.
Yeah.
A lot of graffiti.
Well, now it does,
It's been partied in pretty hard.
It is said that the ultimate aim for the members of the Hellfire Club was to summon Satan to their meetings. To this effect, members of the club, led by their president, the King of Hell, dabbled in black magic and conducted black masses. What?
Isn't that a song?
I just picture all these people in this hut because I'm looking at the picture.
Yeah.
And like the king comes out and he's got like a black trench coat, big glasses. He's like,
all right, guys. Are you guys ready to summon the demon?
You guys want to see the devil?
Turn on like 3 candles because here comes the demon lord.
And he just opens up his jacket like, there's the devil.
But then he has to do his inhaler. He's like,
hold on. Okay, let's summon him now.
Which would make sense to me. So if legend is believed,
Logan's like, what the fuck?
I'm just trying to figure out what fucking song that's from. I'm sorry. But
that's War Pigs.
Is that War Pigs?
Yeah.
Black Sabbath?
Yeah, Black. Hey, he got one.
Who is in Black Sabbath? Can you name 2 members?
I don't even know your fucking
Can you
full
name
name.
2? Can you name 2?
Yeah, the guy who does really good with the fucking guitar.
Yeah.
That doesn't help.
His first name is Tony. What's his last name?
Hagar.
It rhymes with his first name.
Tony Baloney.
Tony Iommi.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Geezer Butler.
I didn't say that.
That's the drummer.
Oh. Was he a
Who
geezer?
sang for Black Sabbath?
Last name is definitely Sabbath.
No.
Oh.
God, we need to brush his music
Let's
history.
just say,
I got the name
let's
of
just
the
say
band
he
right.
got very popular going, Karen. Karen.
Oh, is that Ozzy?
Ozzy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You see he was in a new song with MGK?
I can only imagine that. Wait, Ozzy was?
Yeah, there's sound samples from like 10 years
Oh,
ago.
Jesus.
Ozzy can't even move right now.
Yeah, he's bad.
Have you seen pictures of him? He's just like,
Hey,
Yeah.
it's a good one for,
oh, the death pool.
no, it's good for
An upcoming project that we
the project.
might be working on.
Why are you both winking at me? I feel so uncomfortable.
That's my dick.
So anyway, so they said that this whole thing was going on here. Okay, so if the legend is to be believed, the Hellfire Club also sacrificed animals and even dabbled in cannibalism, offering and then consuming a servant girl in their quest to summon the Dark Lord.
We're going to eat the fingers and then we'll summon the Dark Lord.
One pretty creepy tale refers to a young man, a visitor to a local farmhouse. All right, so he's visiting this place.
Okay.
Hearing stories about the Hellfire Club, he goes to investigate the club's activities. He wants to check it out. The following day, he's found dead. His host, the person he was staying with, and the local priest, believing him to have been murdered, go to the club to investigate. The priest enters only to see a banquet laid out and a black cat prowling the room. But this is no ordinary cat. It's friggin' huge, like big.
It's Michael Jackson when he turns into the Panther.
Anyway, and the priest notices that its ears are shaped like horns.
Damn it, really?
Yeah.
So it's not Sam socks.
No. Having a small bottle of holy water in his pocket, as one does, the priest decides to attempt an exorcism. The result tears the beast apart. So the beast is just outside. The young man's host, who he was staying with, is found lying on the ground, his face and neck deeply scratched by strong claws.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
He was that close.
Fucking cat. Ugh.
Maybe he should have had a super soaker of holy water.
Yeah. Would that be a good idea?
Yeah.
I actually thought about this. So
Uh-oh.
if priests, could just bless like a cloud of rain, then, that would take care of a lot of like vampire issues and stuff like that.
Don't you have to touch it?
Yeah, they have to touch it. I was just going to say that.
You could touch a cloud, but then again,
Wait, you could touch a cloud?
yeah, you touch a cloud.
If you parachute through it.
That's touching it. Am I wrong?
He's right. I mean,
Yeah.
we could.
All you do is fly up there.
Priest McGavin, what are we doing today? Well, I've got to get up there.
Yes.
Father, you're up.
Have you ever wondered why?
Oh, Hail Mary, say,
Have you ever wondered why there's so many vampires and stuff in Europe, but not in Africa?
But are there really?
But not in Africa though, because the
That you
rain's
know of.
down
Oh,
in
there
Africa.
are. Listen, we're going to do a creepy Africa one day.
Oh, we are?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
And I guarantee there's.
But that's impossible because they bless the rains down in Africa.
He just erased your bar. Your bar got destroyed. Destroyed.
That was good.
Damn, that's gonna be a really tough one.
I'm
Yeah.
proud of you. That was a good setup.
Yeah,
The
that was.
setup on that one was
Yeah.
really
Got
good.
You guys all going for it.
You son of a bitch.
He's a smart child. He's not your kid.
Yeah.
Hey, I didn't go to college though.
Wait a minute.
Oh!
You what?
I didn't go to college though.
What does that mean?
I'm not smart.
Oh,
Oh,
because we know someone that went to college?
yes.
Who?
Oh, some
Chainsaw?
Some
He went to a few colleges.
So next one here is Liamani Castle in County Clare.
Oh.
There are a lot of haunted castles in Ireland, a lot, like we said. However, Liamani Castle in County Clare might be the castle with the most popular dark history of all. Red Mary, known for her flaming red locks and fiery temper, ruled Liamani Castle with her husband and an iron fist. She often hung servant girls from the windows by their hair until they died.
Holy shit.
That's fucked. Married at least 25 times. It's said that one of Mary's...
How many?
25. Yeah, that's a lot of times.
She got married 25 5 times.
I'm just still trying to comprehend that. That's insane.
Yeah, it's a lot.
That's like a new husband a year, right?
Yeah,
because they didn't live that long back then.
No, I mean, that makes
I'm
sense.
sure she was older than 25.
Maybe.
Wait, she got married when she was born?
Who knows?
Oh, maybe.
It was arranged marriage.
Yeah.
This is the man you're going to be stuck with?
Yeah.
I can't deal with it.
So it's said that one of Mary's many and possibly last husbands met an untimely end when she kicked him in the stomach until he died. Not surprisingly, Mary made a shitload of enemies, some of whom eventually captured the Ginger Widow, throwing her into a hollowed-out tree where she ultimately starved to death. Today, Red Mary is said to haunt the ruins of Liamani Castle with her tormented screams and sightings of a fiery red-headed apparition stalking the area.
Yeah, see, I'm pretty glad that we get stuck with Bloody Mary, not Red Mary.
Yeah. Either way, it doesn't sound good.
You don't want that.
Yeah, I don't want either one of those, to be honest with you.
Nope.
So now let's talk about the Hill of Tara.
Oh, I love Tara.
Yes, the Hill of Tara is a hill and an ancient ceremonial burial site near Skirn in Count Meath in Ireland. The Hill of Tara is one of the most important ancient sites in Europe and an important symbolic and mystical landscape in Ireland itself. And this is actually super freaking cool, by the way.
This is where all the fairies and all the mythical creatures, leprechauns per se, happen to be hanging around a lot.
At the Hill of Tara?
If you happen to read Artemis Fowl, you would know this.
Not all of us here are 6. All right. It's not a 6-year-old
book, all right? That's like a late teens book.
It's believed the site was first used for burials around 3200 BC. The oldest passage tomb dates back to this point.
Wow.
An additional 33 Bronze Age burial sites have been discovered, and all were used for high-status individuals.
Makes sense.
The Iron Age is when Tara became truly important. By early Christianity, it was the site of over 100 coronations of high kings of Ireland. All roads in Ireland led back to Tara in this period of its prominence. The Lia Fail, or Fail? How do you pronounce it? F-A with the little over top of it, I-L.
I don't know. I would say like Lia Fail.
Lia Fail, all right. Or the Stone of Destiny.
I'd say Pyal, but that's me.
Or the Stone of Destiny reportedly would let out a roar when it was touched by the rightful king.
Oh, nice.
They say it still emits a vibration to this day. And I read all over the place, and people who've actually gone here to visit it, they said when you touch it, you can feel it like kind of vibrating, like it's got some sort of energy by itself.
Yeah. Or it's just like a weird rock on the bottom. You know what I mean?
It's possible.
And just
possible.
Barely balanced.
It's just annoyed that people keep fucking touching the rock.
Get
or
off
there's
me.
there's a guy underneath it in the floor, and he's just like,
I'm trying to fucking sleep. St. Patrick is said to have visited the site, and evidence suggests that by the 11th century, a church had been built on the site. Early 20th century Israelites came to Tara to unearth the Ark of the Covenant.
I didn't know that.
Which they were convinced was buried on this famous site.
No shit.
Digging in the mound of the synods, their unsuccessful efforts, shocker, found only some Roman coins. That's all they found when they were digging. An official archaeological dig in the 1950s revealed circles of post holes that indicated the construction of substantial buildings there. A new theory has arisen that Tara was, and you guys ready for it, the ancient capital of the lost kingdom of Atlantis.
Fuck yeah.
And that Atlantis was actually Ireland.
But it sank.
Yeah.
How did Ireland sink?
That's well, it could have been underwater.
Because when the fucking I finally figured it out.
Okay, enlighten us.
So, you know how there's an old mythical legend about when St. Patrick got rid of all the snakes in Ireland?
Okay.
Maybe that's...
I don't know that, but I'm listening.
I'm intrigued.
I'm intrigued.
Maybe that's a philosophical, ideology that when Atlantis sank, arose Ireland instead.
I mean, it's not the weirdest theory I've ever heard.
Right? Not on this show, it's not.
Dude, but you know what's even better? Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah. It's good. It's good.
It is.
So yeah, it's kind of cool that they're just recently saying that now Ireland may have been the lost city of Atlantis.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll do some more research on that and we'll check it out.
They ain't got no cars and shit over there.
What?
Like back then when Atlantis was a thing, they had flying cars and stuff like that. Did you not see the movie The Lost City of Atlantis? It was a Disney movie.
He knows all the Disney shit, but he doesn't know anyone from Black Sabbath.
That's it. That's all he knows is Disney.
Moving on. We got Charleville Castle in County Offaly. A Gothic-style castle, meaning it wears all black, loves Morrissey, and most likely has daddy issues. But it is located in County Offaly, Ireland, bordering the town of Tullamore. Tullamore, like Tullamore Dew.
Oh, my God. Greatest whiskey ever.
Is that where they make the whiskey?
I don't have that information in front of me. You should check that out real quick. Yeah.
You ever tried Tully?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Tully's good.
That's like my go-to.
It makes Jameson just like looks... Jameson's delicious, but Tully's way better.
When you've been drinking all night, you know, and everybody's like, it's shot time. And you're thinking in your head, like, oh my God, can I do another shot? Like, oh. Dude, do Telly. It's like drinking water.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's so
Tullamore Dew, sponsor us. Jeff
Please.
loves you.
Yes.
So this is near the river Clodagh. Thank you. It is considered one of the finest of its type in the country. The castle itself has been claimed to be the most haunted building and grounds in Europe, appearing on Living TV's Most Haunted and Fox's Scariest Place on Earth. Is that where it's made?
Yeah.
Is it?
Tullamore Dew is made in Tullamore County, Offaly, Ireland, at the Tullamore Distillery, which was established in 1829.
How awesome is that?
Hell yeah.
So the most famous of these ghosts is a little girl called Harriet, who died after a fall on a staircase in 1961. She's been heard singing in the middle of the night, screaming, and laughing. This strange mix of sounds has been reported by numerous visitors to the castle. It has also been visited by multiple paranormal investigators and psychics. The castle was photographed by Sir Simon Marsden. It also appeared on Ghost Hunters International, and it was also used as a filming location for Becoming Jane, Northanger Abbey, Northanger Abbey, whatever, and The Green Knight from 2020.
Oh.
Yeah, you have no idea, dude.
I have no idea what
I
the
didn't
Green
think
Knight
so.
is. No.
So yeah, that's kind of cool. That's where Tully comes from, and they've got the little castle there. There's so many castles. So many castles. All right, the next one up here we have is Wicklow Jail.
Yep.
County Wicklow, which I had to actually look this up because I saw Gaol everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, and it looks like Gale.
Okay.
Or Gowl.
Yeah.
That's jail.
Gayo.
Yeah, it's jail. It's jail, yes.
Makes sense.
I believe the A is silent.
So it's Gaul? No, it's jail.
How would Louis say it?
Louis? Yeah, how would Louis say that?
I don't know. This is fucking go.
Oh, there he is.
Just go, man.
Thanks, Louis.
Yeah, no problem.
I actually understood that.
Yeah,
He's getting
good.
better.
Yeah. So this place here, Wicklow Jail, is a former prison, now a museum. There has been a prison on the site since the late 18th century. Prisoners were held at Wicklow Jail during the 1798 rebellion, the Great Famine, and many were held there before penal transportation. I just put that last bit in there because of the word penal. Yes, I did. Mm-hmm. When a paranormal group visited the and broadcast their investigation on TV, Wicklow Jail became known as one of the most haunted places in Ireland.
Ooh.
Some of the strange, unexplained events and encounters reported include... You guys ready?
Nope, not even.
Okay.
Scared.
Kind of? You need a hug?
Maybe.
Yeah? Okay. Well, first one.
Turn the lights on.
Oh, we're going to be done.
Yeah.
I want that light to flicker like it did earlier.
Okay, here we go.
Scary.
Here we go. The first one is... A man walked in front of the bars to the holding cell day room on the ground floor.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah. A woman in a full-length black velvet cloak with the hood up has been seen walking towards the two rooms on the ground level. I can't even with you, radio. A smell of roses or, at other times, bad smells sometimes emanate from cell 5.
Oh, yeah.
A green mist floating around the main floor has been seen. A man was seen walking from cell 19 to the end of the walkway. Some people have commented that he held his hands behind his back, like a prisoner would.
Good man. Good man.
Yeah. A man has been seen standing in the far corner of the ship's upper deck.
Oh.
Some women have reported feeling extremely uneasy on the upper deck, experiencing a sense of fear or apprehension. On the lower deck, people often report seeing shadows out of the corner of their eye.
You saw that, right?
Huh?
You saw that?
And some visitors have reported seeing or hearing children crying on the top floor.
What is this? Fucking Looney Tunes?
How anyone could ever take our show seriously is absolutely baffling. Which is probably why they don't. All right, now Leap Castle. You've heard of Leap Castle before.
It's Quantum.
That's not Quantum Leap Castle, which is a great show, by the way.
I was saying that was a really smart joke. Yeah. Okay, never mind.
I loved that show.
Did you really?
Jesus.
I couldn't get into it.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, I loved it. I thought it was... But how old were you when that was out, though?
Probably 9 or 10.
Yeah, I don't think you'd get it.
Yeah, you were like 6 years old, right, Dad?
I was like 90 at that time.
Okay,
no, but I was in early teens, I would think. You know what I mean? Because I was like, what, mid-80s? Right?
Yeah.
Mid-80s? Yeah.
It was late 80s.
Late 80s. Okay, so then definitely.
Yeah,
and then I think briefly into the early 90s.
Yeah, so I was early teens, and during that, I thought it was a great show. And if you guys haven't seen it, it's called Quantum Leap, and it's basically about a guy that time travels, but when he comes to wherever he goes, he's a person in that era and that time and has to like fix something, like something's out of. It's a great show. The entire idea of the show is, I think, brilliant. But
okay, that's the one with Neil Patrick Harris, right?
Yes, he's a doctor at the age of 8.
You're right.
Right.
Yeah.
That's Doogie Howser.
Oh, that's not what we're talking about?
No.
Oh, my man.
Yeah. So Leap Castle, probably the most popular one thus far. Fierce family squabbles have plagued this castle, built in the 15th century, and this is fucked up. First, brother turned against brother. One was killed as he held mass in the chapel. Right.
Oh, boy.
Then centuries later, a gruesome discovery was uncovered, a dungeon filled with human bones. The remains of those imprisoned and executed in the castle. Today, several apparitions have been reported. Among them is It.
Oh,
that's
the clown?
It. No, it's a small gray human figure with a skeletal face.
Huh.
Yeah.
It's like an alien.
Yeah. Kind of, yeah. Of the many haunted castles in Ireland, Leap Castle, with a history steeped in betrayal and murder, is possibly the most notorious. However, the castle is also one of the most well-known symbols of haunted Ireland, having achieved fame for the world over due to the appearances in TV shows such as Ghost Hunters, Ghost Adventures, and Most Haunted.
I've seen that.
From the Red Lady, who roams the castle clutching a blade. Yeah, this one has a blade. To the discovery of hundreds of, again, skeletal remains. This is a building with a past that is really high up on the nah, I'm good list. One of the most unsettling tales is the story of brothers Thaddeus and Teig O'Connell. Or Teague.
Or is it just Tay?
It might be Tay.
I think the IGHE is silent.
I believe the T is silent.
So it's just egg?
What's your name? Eeg. Everything's silent. Just Eeg.
It's O'Connell.
So anyway, the O'Connells, right. Following their father's death, the two brothers found themselves locked in a battle to determine the leadership of their clan. Thaddeus, the older brother and a priest, was saying mass when Teague, or T, whatever, entered the chapel and fatally stabbed him, thus inheriting the title of chief.
That's one way to take the king's crown.
Yep. From that day on, the chapel where Thaddeus was brutally slain has been known as the Bloody Chapel, with Thaddeus haunting the creepy-ass building. Surprisingly, musician Sean Ryan, who bought Ireland's most haunted castle in the 90s, still lives there today.
Nice. I know who he is.
Who is he? What's he from?
I have no idea.
I was going to say, because I have no idea who that is, and I even looked him up to see who the fuck this guy was, and nothing he's done do I even know.
You don't know who Sean Ryan is?
I do not.
Who's Sean Ryan?
Are you kidding me? He was the guitar player from the Cranberries.
No, he's not.
Google it.
Is it really?
Yes.
Wait, really? Logan, get on that.
That would make sense, though, because the Cranberries are from Ireland, aren't
That'd be amazing. I think he's bullshitting.
I thought so.
Look it up real quick. I want to see if he's bullshitting. Look at his face right now.
He's a guitarist, right?
Guitarist from Cranberries.
All right, guitarist.
Do you have to let it linger? Put that in.
The guys who made Zombie. Guitarist from...
Just put Sean Ryan, Ireland.
I want to see if he's right.
All right.
I don't think he's right.
Where's our lead
singer Neil Quinn, guitarist Noel Hogan, bassist Mike Hogan, and drummer Fergal Lawler.
Yeah.
Fergal.
And so they fired a guitarist and hired Sean Ryan.
Sean Ryan.
This is what he does, and we fell for it. Son of a bitch.
Hold on. Cranberries.
I wonder how many listeners are Googling it.
Yeah, exactly. Gotcha, bitches!
Okay, so Sean Ryan is a software engineer in PA.
That's not the right one, I don't think.
But his software is called the Cranberry.
Is it really? No. Oh my God.
That would have been fucking awesome.
That would have been amazing.
Yeah, that would have been.
He actually bought the place and lives there with his family today, and that's pretty badass. I don't know who he is or what he's done or whatever. So here's a little story that I'd like to tell about a woman in a castle that we don't know so well. Quote, on the November 25th, 1915.
I was going to say, I couldn't hold on to that anymore.
I want to know how long you the thought process when you put that in.
To be honest,
was good. It was good,
that
but
wasn't in there. I just did that just now.
Oh, really?
I swear to God, off the cuff.
Wow.
Yeah. Because I heard here's the little story, and instantly I heard boom in my head. Yeah.
Song out, bro.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have unleashed Jonathan's brain.
I absolutely love Will Smith, and especially his Fresh Prince era. I loved it.
Okay, so
Oh boy.
Oh, hold on. Sean Ryan is a famous Irish master fiddler and whistler. That's all I got to say.
It's close to guitar.
He's
a musician.
Master fiddler.
That's pretty awesome.
You can be a fiddler,
or a master fiddler,
or you can be the devil down in
What
Georgia.
if you're on the roof?
Stupid. I was like,
hold on. Go back to what were you saying? Because I said Fresh Prince thing or whatever. Yeah. What were you going to say?
We've talked about this on the show.
I'm sure we have. Okay.
I am not a Will Smith fan.
See, I fucking love him.
I think he's way too over the top.
No, I think he's
as a musician, he was awesome with Jazzy Jeff. That was cool. But then when he went in the whole TV and movie thing,
see,
Fresh Prince, over the top.
Fresh Prince, there were some scenes where I was like, yeah, he's over the top. But then did you ever see the scene where his fucking dad walked out on him and he was like bawling his eyes out? That was him.
He's a great actor.
Dude, you know the behind the scenes on that actual scene? What's his name? Uncle Phil was like, I want to see like your actual acting expertise, because obviously even he was like, sometimes you're over the top, you know? So that scene alone, he ad-libbed half of it and literally was like trying to make himself fucking super emotional for it, to the point to where after that scene was taken, Uncle Phil was tearing up and shit because he was like, holy fuck.
Did you know that Uncle Phil was the voice of Shredder from the animated Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
I was about to say that too. And I'm waiting for him to finish the whole time so I could drop that. That's amazing that we both thought of that.
That's Uncle Phil. Uncle Phil was the voice of Shredder from a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
He did a bunch of voices. He was
which, if you guys want to do something even crazier, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, right?
Yeah,
the Midnight Train. Yeah, it's kind of goes.
That's how I say it whenever I do like the password and stuff. I mean, not the password, the user.
Got to change those now.
It was all planned.
Yeah. So, quotes on the November 25th, 1915, two of our servants, knowing the master would be late and that I was driving that afternoon, had invited friends, 2 soldiers from the barracks at Burr, distant the other side 6 miles. They came rather late, and my husband came home early, so the visitors had to be kept out of his sight in the lower regions of one of the wings, the priest's house, and were unable to be shown the center tower, the very lofty hall. At 7:15, my husband and I went to up to get dressed for dinner. Sorry, my room in the extremity of the house from the kitchens is dressing. It's the way this is. His dressing room next door to me. It's just written really weird. Sorry. Whilst dressing, I was startled by a loud yell of terror. Whilst dressing, I was startled by a loud yell of terror-stricken male and female voices coming apparently from the hall, and ran out to see the cause. My husband was out ahead of me at his heels. I passed through the corridor of the wing and onto the gallery. On the gallery, leaning with hands resting on its rail, I saw the thing. The elemental, and smelt it only too well. At the same moment, my husband pulled up sharply about 10 feet from the thing, and half turning, left fly a volley of abuse at me, ending up, quote, dressing up a thing like that to try and make a fool of me. And now you'll say I have seen something and have not seen anything, and there is nothing to see or ever was. This last speech, without a pause, begun waving one hand at the thing and ended up stalking back to his dressing room, still abusing me for trying to give him a fright. As he was speaking, the elemental grew fainter and fainter in its outlines until it disappeared. He never made an inquiry as to yell that called us all both out, whatever. And from that day to this has not mentioned the incident to me. So basically, she says she went up to get dressed with her husband and was walking down. All of a sudden, this thing popped up. And it smelt weird and whatever else, and he thought she was fucking with him.
No, see, what originally happened was he got scared shitless. He was like, you fucking, that ain't even fucking there, man. You gonna fucking say that thing with the fucking pop.
Which is probably what happened. But
this is what you guys got out of that?
What you get?
For real?
You saw the swamp thing?
What'd you get?
Dude, a new T-shirt, a silhouette of Dr. Phil, and it says "Volley of Abuse," and underneath is "No laughing matter."
That's amazing.
Are you? I know. Like, how did you not see that?
Write that down. Yeah. That'll be on our store here within a week.
Every listener right now is like, "I'll buy that shirt."
Yeah,
Hold on. We said. Hold on.
She goes on to say, I heard from our servants that when we went to dress for dinner, they had brought their friends just to show them the hall. When all four had suddenly seen and smelt the elemental looking down at them from the gallery. They all got such a turn, they couldn't help letting out a bawl, then fled to servants' quarters where all four felt very sick. So they saw it as well. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of crazy. Next one is Athcarn Castle. 6 miles from the 16th century castle, the tortured cries of soldiers once rose up at the Battle of Boyne. 1,500 men and King James died in a bloody sectarian conflict.
Not King James.
Athcarn was built for William Bath in 1590.
It's Bathe.
It's Bath.
Oh, is it?
It's Bath.
I believe the B is silent.
Or it's Bath A.
Ath.
Bath A.
It's William Ath.
Ath, William Ath. Look at the Ath on that William. William got an Ath on him.
It's very Eddie Murphy.
Thanks.
I like it.
Yeah. The Bath family produced many well-known legal and political personalities around the 16th and 17th centuries. It originally consisted of an Elizabethan tower house, a 3-story mansion, and a corner turret, but was renovated around 1830 with a sizable 3-story turret. It lies just 6 miles from the Battle of Boyne site, and it is said that James II stayed here on the night before the event in 1690. The last occupant was James Gernon, who lived there until the 1950s, when the building was partly demolished. It has stayed in a state of dangerous ruin since. Legends about the castle include cries of dying soldiers heard at night and the specter of a hanged soldier on the great oak tree adjacent. A recent disturbing tale told by a local worker claims to have seen the face of, quote, a demented girl with blood-covered hands.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd like that.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah, I don't think I'm a
See, I don't mind the thing hanging out at the edge of my stairs, but as soon as there's a little girl going, come play with us, yeah, I'm out.
Yeah, everything changes at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, because me being a non-believer and stuff, that right there, that's going to bring a quick bit of reality to shit. You know what I mean? Because either that little kid's going to get the fucking shot, you know what I mean? Or something's going to happen real quick. So this one here is Kilmainham. Kilmainham. I feel like that's how they say it. It's Kilmainham. It's Kilmainham.
I don't know. That doesn't flow very well.
Whatever, jail in Dublin. This one opened up in 1796 as Dublin's new county jail.
Oh.
It was modern for its time, but conditions were appalling. It was garbage. Prisoners included women and children crammed into tiny cells, sometimes 5 at a time. Men could have an iron bed, but women and children had to sleep on straw pallets.
What?
A candle had to last 2 weeks, and there were no windows or heat. However, during the Irish potato famine of 1845 to 1852, people would commit crimes to just be jailed. At least there was a roof over their heads. You know what I mean? Like, because they were starving.
Sounds a lot like America.
In 1960, the Kilmainham Jail Restoration Committee was formed, and workers immediately encountered paranormal phenomena.
I just wanted you to say that one more time. It's Kilmainham.
Kilmainham?
Kilmainham.
Kilmainham.
That's how you pronounce it. I like how you do it, though. Kilmainham.
Kilmainham.
I think the K is silent.
Aluminum. Aluminum? Yeah, aluminum. Or as my father says, lumium furl. That's what he calls it. Yeah, I don't know why he does that. And it's envelopes. Not an envelope.
Well, it makes sense because you're enveloping a piece of paper.
That's what he calls them, envelopes.
That makes sense.
But lumium furl? What the fuck?
It's just easier.
Yeah.
Isn't that where we get toothbrush from?
Oh, don't even start.
Damn, sorry.
Yeah, don't you even start. So Governor Dan McGill lived at Kilmainham
Yeah.
in the old warden's quarters overseeing the restorations. One night he looked out the window and saw the old chapel lights on, which was weird because he had just turned them off. When the governor investigated, the chapel was empty. So he turned the lights off again and went back to his room. When he looked out the window, the lights were back on. He went back and forth with the lights and finally said, "Fuck you, ghost," and gave up.
Really?
No, he didn't actually say that.
Or he had a short in his wiring. I'm no electrician, but I'm just going to throw that out there.
Did they have fuses back then?
No, they had, what were they?
Knobs?
You know what I'm talking about. In the old houses.
Yeah.
They weren't fuses. They were,
those are fuses.
Bulbs? Were they bulbs?
No, those are fuses.
Those were knobs.
They were glass fuses.
Glass fuses.
Glass
that's what
fuses,
it was.
yeah.
Called knobs?
No, it's a glass
What am I talking about?
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I don't fucking know.
Everyone, do we say fuck too much? I would like to know that. I would like to know what people
You
think.
specifically wrote in here, fuck you, ghost.
We've asked this before.
Well, I got to stay on topic here. You know? So the most famous ghostly visitation took place around the same time. A volunteer was painting the dungeon area. Suddenly, who volunteers to paint the dungeon area? I'll do it. You know, who does that?
Probably for free too.
If you're a beginner, you don't want.
Yeah, I guess.
You got to test the waters.
What would you paint your dungeon area, if you don't mind me asking? That is not a sex joke.
Black. It had to be black, right?
Why?
Because it's a dungeon.
All your tools are black, though.
It's supposed to be like intimidating and dark. And
why couldn't it be yellow?
Why couldn't it be white?
Now, the only reason it'd be yellow is because yellow is supposed to be like emit psychosis in rooms and stuff. They say that if you have a yellow room, that it like the color yellow in a bedroom can actually emit psychosis. Like your brain can actually start going crazy because of it.
Really?
Yeah.
Dope as shit.
Because it's so bright.
Let's do this.
It's just the color emits that feeling.
But why doesn't white do that though? Because it's so bright. You know what I mean?
I don't know. Ask the people who came up with that.
Did you know, speaking of colors to have in your bedroom when you wake up in the morning, blue is the best to have because it actually reduces headaches, anxiety, stress, migraines, the works.
I don't know what Baloo is.
Baloo.
Like, you know,
the bear from your Disney movies?
Yeah, I was going to start singing it. What is it? The bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Don't worry about your problems and your strife. Yeah.
Fuck you, Jeff, because he sang it too.
Hey, listeners, you guys still there? Still there? Yeah. Still listening? Yeah.
So anyway, this guy went down there to paint this dungeon area, and suddenly an unseen force blew him across the room and pinned him against the far wall.
50 Shades of Grey.
The man had to fight to free himself and escape the dungeon, and he refused to go back. Rightfully so, I would say.
Have you ever seen a haunted house? With
an actual haunted house?
No, the movie A Haunted House with the Waynes.
Yes.
Did you see the scene where the ghost fucked him?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I would mention there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Other restoration stories include a man who was renewing the echoing corridor. He heard footsteps climbing, which is fucking ridiculous. It's called the echoing corridor, and he heard footsteps climbing the stone stairs and walking behind him.
What do they call that?
It's called an echo. That's what it's fucking called. Jesus. The footsteps would stop and then start. Angry. The footsteps would stop and then start throughout the day. Another worker heard footsteps approaching, and as he looked up, didn't see anyone, but felt an icy chill.
Ooh.
Footsteps trudging along the corridor, echoing with the sound of a soldier's brigade, were also familiar and creepy as shit. Now that would be fucked up.
Yes.
If you just heard like many feet walking, like in some sort of a march.
And an echo corridor, you would hear, which is made of stone, by the way. You would hear a lot of footsteps.
Sorry.
And it's really cold. In a stone-made echo corridor. Go on.
I don't know why I did. Anyway. So, all right. It's time for our
I couldn't get to my sound effects fast enough. I tried. I really did. I was like, it's too late.
So it's time for our infamous quick hitters. And when I say infamous, of course, I mean more than famous.
Nice.
I mean, you got to drink, fuckers. So first, Ghost River. Home to the first ever witch trial in Ireland. Kilkenny is no stranger to the supernatural. During a great flood in 1763, a crowd was crossing John's Bridge when it collapsed, drowning 16 people in the swollen Nore below. Ever since, locals and visitors tell of mysterious ghostly figures in the river scratching at the banks, leaning where the current structure stands, and rising on the morning mist.
Oh.
Yeah. Now there's the White Lady. Charles Fort, an impressive star-shaped garrison in Cork, has seen its share of bloodshed, but despite the battles, sieges, and rebellions embedded in its walls, the story of the White Lady is the one that really chills the blood. The daughter of the fort's commander was set to wed an officer stationed at, there. But when her father shot her betrothed, the bride-to-be threw herself into the ocean. Her lost soul continues to wander the grounds, wedding dress and all.
I swear I've heard this song before.
Yeah. White wedding.
I was thinking, whoa, she's a lady.
Oh.
Yeah.
Some Tom Jones?
Yeah, man.
Oh, okay. All right.
I know that song. I don't know the guy.
Who is Tom Jones, Logan?
I just said I know the song, but don't know who sang it.
And this leads credence to we have something new coming up, and we'll talk about it at the end of this.
There's a
We could drop a little hint.
We'll talk about it at the end.
A little dabadooya.
It's the project.
Well, the project we'll call for right now.
Project.
Yes. We have a project coming up, and most of it's going to have to deal, not most of
with
it, but
claymation.
Yes. There's going to be a casting
Speaking
couch.
of which, did you guys see that Guillermo del Toro is doing a claymation version of Pinocchio.
Wait, hold on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Say his name one more time.
Guillermo del Toro.
That's good. That's good.
And you like? Did I just turn you on? That's weird.
No, that was that was a very good pronunciation.
Oh, okay.
I'm very, very
On
proud.
a side
I'm
note,
like, oh my God, my
speaking of
son's weird.
claymation, they're doing a live action Nightmare Before Christmas, and Loki, Tom Hiddleston, is going to be Jack Skellington.
Oh.
What?
I know. I told my wife about it. She's like, "What? Are you kidding me?" Because she's like the biggest Nightmare Before Christmas person ever.
No, I think you'll be good at it. I think you'll be good.
Tom Hiddleston?
Yeah.
I think it'll be all right.
I think it'll be good. Yeah. I think he's actually a really good actor.
You know who would be a better, version of that?
Who?
Hugh Jackman.
Huge Ackman.
Yes.
He's got a for him,
You like the Wolverine?
I mean, I'm only named after him. So
he was named after him. Yeah.
Somebody's got a crush.
No.
Let's not talk about Ryan Reynolds over here because this guy right here.
God.
All right.
All right. Well, if we're talking about dudes, man, I mean, I'm Bill Clinton all the way.
Moving on.
To get killed.
Right. Bishop Higgins' grave, okay? Don't disturb the dead unless you want to be haunted. Such was the case at St. Columb's Cathedral when renovations in 1867 upset the grave of former Bishop William Higgins. His tomb was moved inside the cathedral, and that's when things started to get weird. Workers began hearing footsteps in the locked gallery. Apparitions appeared in photographs. The organ would sound without a soul near it, and the light echoes of flatulence could be heard bellowing from inside.
Can I make you mad real quick?
What?
Look at this photograph. No?
Fucking shit.
Who sang that?
Nickelback?
He's got that one.
Yeah. Of course I do.
What's
All
the lead singer's name?
Chad something.
Yeah.
Fuck. He was married to Avril Lavigne.
Grocery store.
Fuck. Hagar?
That's a grocery store?
Kroger, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, that guy.
God, and of all things, you know that. Never mind. All right, so do you guys like clowns?
Depends on the...
How about a murdered jester? Just look at Malahide Castle, a medieval fortress on Dublin's coast where the spirit of one of these sons of bitches can be seen roaming the grounds.
That's creepy.
Puck was his name.
Even
and
weird.
Stories say he'd fallen in love with one of Malahide's prisoners, Lady Eleanor Fitzgerald.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty name.
Puck was found out, stabbed in the heart, and with his last breath, swore to haunt the castle.
Well, at least he's a man of his word.
And they say you can actually see him there. Now, okay. I'm not clowns. I don't like clowns, whatever, because you got makeup on and, the Gacy thing. And it's, you know what I'm saying? Like I grew up on it in the 80s and stuff. So, of course, as a kid, you grow up with this like little fucking thing about clowns. Like, I'm not like, oh my God, clowns are scary. But if I were out somewhere and you mentioned earlier, like if you just saw a little kid or if you just saw a dog sitting by there, if I saw a ghost clown, I'd probably literally shit myself.
No, let's just turn it up just a little bit. What if you saw a kid with clown makeup?
That wouldn't scare me as much.
Really? But a grown-ass clown would
scare you.
An adult clown would
like
be way more scary.
Yeah, adult clown. Like a little kid clown. You're like, oh, isn't his little trick-or-treat makeup?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. You see an adult clown that's a ghost? Ugh. Nope. No thanks. I'm out.
How about a clown serving you at Wendy's? That would be... Like you get to the window, and you're all ready for your spicy nugs, and like a clown's like, "Hey," and like just hands it out with his big balloon hand.
Yeah, that wouldn't bother me.
That wouldn't bother me.
That wouldn't bother you?
No.
Like, where the fuck am I at? McDonald's?
Yeah, it wouldn't bother me.
Now, if the Hamburglar handed me some fucking spicy nugs, then it'd be a little different.
Oh my God. Off the rails. All right. So Kremlin Road Jail is a historic Victorian era prison that once held some of Belfast's most notorious characters. It also happens to be one of Northern Ireland's most haunted places. Here, tortured souls of deceased inmates pace the wrought iron walkways and wail in the night. One was an American executed for a crime he did not commit.
Oh, no.
Another, a teenager who took his own life to avoid the hangman's noose. And that's what they call the place, is the hangman's noose at Kremlin Road Jail. So this last one here is something that Logan found that isn't so much creepy as kind of fucking sad.
Yeah, really sad.
Way to bring it down.
Yeah.
Good job.
While Ireland was part of the United Kingdom, at least the northern part still is, a highly controversial trial took place over the death of a local family in
Momtras.
Is it Momtras?
Yeah, it's just Momtras.
I believe the T is silent.
I believe the whole word is silent. Quit talking. Yeah. Which is on the border of County Mayo and County Galway. It was believed that the reason for the murders was over sheep rustling and the land war. And back then, it doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
Because, like...
Listen, you don't rustle another man's sheep.
Yeah, you never.
Never. You just don't. Those are unspoken rules.
Yeah, well,
Get your hand
no,
off
they're
my
definitely
goat.
spoken with a click. So the land war was a debacle between 1879 and 1882. It began during a downward spiral due to economic depression, so to speak. This pretty much halted the post-famine economic process of many of Ireland's farmers and increased the worries of lower-class families and people that resided under landlords. As a result, some Irish farmers started a movement to, quote-unquote, fix so-called landlordism in Ireland. In short, due to the famine, many people who were starting to get their lives back in order after the famine or whatever were not making enough to adjust to the rise in living costs. Some were being forced out of the homes that they didn't directly own because they had landlords or whatever, or were blatantly abandoned to deal with the crappy living conditions they were forced to deal with. Okay, so it was a horrible fucking time.
Yeah.
These people are coming out of a fucking famine, and then everyone's fucking like, well, you got to pay me to be here, and well, I don't have the money for it, and so it was bad.
Yep.
Known as the Momtras Murders, which took place in August of 1882, a family was found slaughtered in a mountainside cottage in Momtrasna. Unfortunately, John Joyce, his wife Bridget, his daughter Peggy, and his mother Margaret were found murdered. His son Michael had survived only to perish the next day from his injuries. 2 others had survived the murders. One of them was there when it happened, and the other was absent from the home. Patsy was injured but did survive, and Martin was at service in Clonbur during the family's demise. Several men were arrested and charged, one of which being the prime suspect and the most prominent person in the murders. Oh boy, Malrasoy.
Really close.
No, I actually have it's Malrasoy.
Is it soy?
Yeah.
I thought it was soy.
No, it's soy.
Oh, it is soy?
Yeah, it's Malrasoy. I actually looked up, I made sure because that name, I was like,
Yeah, that's a
I was like, Malrasoy. No, it's Malrasoy. Otherwise known as Miles Joyce in English. The men were as follows. Miles' brothers Martin and Peyton, his nephew Tom, Pat, Michael, and John Casey, Pat Joyce, and Tom Casey. Sadly, most of these men only spoke Irish, which is very important in this, but were tried in a court before a judge and jury without any of them knowing or understanding Irish. During the trials, 2 men were afraid for their lives and became informants, giving information and evidence on their neighbors and friends. Miles Joyce was one of the, Malrasoy, was one of the first 3 men tried and sentenced to death for the murders. The others were Pat Joyce and Pat Casey. The other men were advised by their priest, Father Michael
I'm sorry, come again?
Yeah, yep.
You're pretty close.
Yeah, whatever. I'm so sorry, Irish folk. To plead guilty to avoid being hanged. They were sentenced to death, but the Queen's deputy, Earl Spencer, sentenced the men to penal servitude for life, although it is reported that Queen Victoria herself wanted all men hanged. So she was like, I want him dead. And he's like, how about this? You know what I mean? After the trial, the 3 convicted men sentenced to death were brought back to Galway. Before being hanged, Pat Casey and Pat Joyce admitted they were guilty, but they also revealed that Miles Joyce was completely innocent. Okay? That is Malrasoy, okay? So like the main guy, the guy that they blamed everything on, they came out and said he's innocent. This evidence was unfortunately not substantial enough to change the decision of Earl Spencer. In a telegram he sent to the prison's governor the night before the hanging, he stated, quote, "The law must take its course," end quote. The 3 men were hanged on December 15th, 1882, buried in the prison grounds known as the Cathedral Car Park. On Miles's way to the scaffold, it has been reported that he said in Gaelic a bunch of very hard to say words. So to save me the trouble of trying to read them aloud, Logan found an English translation which is just as disheartening, and it goes as follows, quote, "I will see Jesus Christ in a short while. He too was unjustly hanged. I am going. God help my wife and her 5 orphans." Holy shit. Like, think about that, saying that, like, in her 5 orphans. In other words, my kids.
Yep.
Ugh. There are records from the hangman himself that explain that Miles' hanging did not go as planned. Instead of a quick death, Miles died from strangulation, which used to happen a lot back then. We talked about this in our executions. This means that his neck did not snap from the hanging, but rather he hung there, choking to death for several minutes, a torturous and painful death for a man who was to be later, and by later I mean over 100 years later, pardoned for the crime of the Joyce murders. A couple of years after the trial, new evidence was brought forth that was concealed from the initial trial that would have absolved Miles from all wrongdoing. In 2018, President Michael D. Higgins said, quote, Malahide was wrongly convicted of murder and was hanged for a crime that he did not commit. He later called the trial, quote, a miscarriage of justice. He pointed to a history of systemic discrimination and linguistic differences, which apparently led Ireland, still, they still deal with this shit today, because if you don't understand somebody, like if you're going in front of a court and you have an entirely different dialect or be able to speak or whatever, you can't get your point across.
You can't defend yourself.
You can't defend yourself. So it makes sense when a man who spoke only Gaelic was brought forth to a court among his so-called peers who didn't speak any Gaelic. Unfortunately, as it is, at least the family of Miles Joyce, a.k.a. Malahide, can continue to live knowing that he was indeed an innocent man.
Puppy power.
And now, boys and girls, it's your favorite part of the show, the movie review. Which top 10 movies will make the cut today?
So, hey, it's the movies.
Oh.
And what do we talk about today, Jeff?
It's the top 10 according to IMDb, which is, do we ever figure out what it actually means?
Yeah.
International Movie Database?
Correct.
That is correct.
Yay.
That is correct.
Yep. All right.
What movie is that from?
Billy Madison.
Oh, God, I love you.
Come on.
But I should
You don't want to go toe-to-toe with me.
Yeah. No, he's really good with movies. Yeah.
All right. So we have the 10 best Irish movies. Okay. According to IMDb.
IMDb. All right. So what do we got here?
Okay. Ready?
All right. I'm going to see if Logan and I are going to see. All of us should say if we've ever seen any of these movies.
Oh, yeah.
I went through it and it was kind of like, wait, what?
Okay.
There's a couple of these movies
All right.
I probably have not seen.
Go for
All right, number 10.
Number 10.
The Secret of Kells.
MGK?
Oh.
Is that what they call him?
Kells, yeah.
Yeah.
That's his
Machine Gun
nickname.
Kelly.
I get it. I just think it's
Dude, my
stupid.
wife thinks I'm infatuated with him.
Why?
Because I listened to a couple of his songs.
Ugh.
Like Cleveland was it?
No.
All right.
Moving on.
Anyways.
I'm not bagging on the guy. He's a Cleveland native dude. He does his thing. I just wish he would have just stuck to one thing. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, well, when you get shit on by fucking Eminem so hard.
Spanked.
I'm sorry.
Spanked.
Yeah,
Spanked.
He was.
Yeah. Well, he poked the wrong bear is what he did.
And he poked him the wrong way.
Yeah.
Didn't Conor McGregor try and like throw a cane at him too at an award show? Did you see that? Yeah, I've never seen that.
Hey, who? MGK?
Yeah.
Dude,
He's like, fuck you,
threw
fucking
his drink.
bastard.
I got you to fucking wipe at my DMs.
Yeah.
He threw his drink on him, like from afar. And
That is very fitting considering that he's Irish, right?
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's good. All right, so The Secret of Kells.
Yeah, it's apparently a animated movie.
Oh.
Nice.
So it was 2009.
Okay.
It's featuring the vocal talent of well-known Irish actor Brendan Gleeson. Do you know who that is?
That
I have no
sounds
idea.
so familiar, actually.
I know Jackie Gleason.
Yeah.
No, I don't know that.
Jack.
Not,
To the moon, Alice!
not Brendan Gleeson.
Yeah.
Anyways, this Oscar-nominated animated film is set in 9th century Ireland
Oh, Jesus.
and is a fantasy adventure story.
Ooh.
The film's protagonist is a young boy named Brendan
Okay.
who lives in a monastery called Abbey of Kells.
Oh.
Machine gun kills. His adventure begins when Megan Fox divorces him. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, his adventure begins when a mysterious man arrives with a book that is said to turn darkness into light.
Oh.
Who brings the dark to light, Logan?
Obviously, the Jedi.
Passengers.
Is that wrong?
Did you hear this?
We do. Fucking what?
I think we're Jedis, all right?
We bring the dark to light.
Okay.
Hearing that now, that makes sense.
You got it?
My
You
bad.
got it?
Yeah,
You got it?
All right.
By the way, side note real quick.
Yeah.
You know how recently MGK and what's her face?
Megan Fox?
Megan Fox got engaged. Did you hear about the ring?
Didn't they drink each other's blood or
They
something?
drank each other's blood, but apparently the ring has like horn or not horns, but like thorns on the inside of it, like jagged pieces that go one way. So if she takes it off, it's gonna rip her finger apart. And like the internet fucking blew up over it.
Of course they did.
Like blew the fuck up over it. Which
hey, internet.
rightfully so.
Internet, I got to say something.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Correct. All right.
Okay.
Number 9.
The Magdalene.
Yeah.
I guess that's how you would say.
Yeah.
Magdalene sisters.
Hey, All right, go ahead. This is about what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Is it Magdalene, though, right?
Yeah, the Magdalene. Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure I got that correct.
Yes.
2002. This is a 7.7 on the Richter scale, by the way.
Nice. Or the IMDb.
The Magdalene sisters follows 3 teenage girls who are sent to Magdalene laundries.
Remember we were talking
Ireland?
about the Magdalene laundries. Yeah.
Roman Catholic institutions for fallen women.
Yep.
While at the asylum, the 3 women face various forms of abuse and humiliation, which led to our new T-shirt.
Oh, boy.
Volley of Abuse
Volley
is not a
yes.
laughing matter with
Correct.
a silhouette of Dr. Phil. $19.99. Buy it for your husband, your boyfriend. Buy yourself one. Get it for a coworker.
$19.99. Jesus.
That's pretty good for T-shirts. Our T-shirts are good quality.
They are good
They're
quality.
like,
yeah.
it's
I
not that
love my
fake
new one. I just got
Hanes shit, you know?
Yeah, that's good stuff.
I love them. Anyways, moving on. Number 8.
Hold on. I want to pause real quick on this one. Yeah. So remember we talked about that one place that's haunted because they found the 150 bodies of
150 women's bodies.
Women's bodies, right?
Yes.
That's what this is about.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's where fallen women would go, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Belfast. That's the name of the movie.
Okay.
I wonder what it's about. Anyways, 2021.
A bell that goes real fast.
Yeah, exactly. It's a 7.8 on the Richter scale.
Okay.
Okay. Belfast is a portrait of a working class family during the Troubles in Belfast, Northern Ireland. The story is told from the perspective of Buddy, played by newcomer Jude Hill, a young boy who does not quite understand the severity of the conflict and how it is affecting his mother and father.
Bye, buddy.
Can you go lower with that?
Can I?
Yeah.
Sure.
Do it.
How far?
Luther. Go Luther. Low.
Hold on, I got to get in position.
If you can go Luther low, let's see if you can do it.
Belfast is the portrait of a working class American family. The Troubles in Belfast, Northern Ireland. The story is told from the perspective of Buddy, played by newcomer a young boy who does not quite understand the severity of the conflict of how it affects his mother and father. Yeah, was that good?
That was good.
That was pretty
good.
low. Pretty low.
I have built-in plugins like a studio program.
That's amazing, dude.
VST. They're all VST.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay,
Number 7.
Rory O'Shea was here.
Oh, Rory O'Shea was here.
Yep. 2004, 7.8 on the Richter scale, which we haven't seen over 8 yet. So I mean, these are mediocre movies, I guess.
We shall to say over 8 here.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
All right.
Oh, yes.
Rory O'Shea was here is a dramedy.
Yeah.
It's a
dramatic comedy.
At the drama.
That's a thing now.
Oh, yeah. That's been a thing.
Yeah, it's always been a thing, yeah.
No.
Where have you
Dramatic comedy, yeah.
I don't like it. Film that follows Michael, a young man with cerebral palsy, whose outlook on life changes when he befriends the rebellious Rory, his new neighbor at the Carragormore.
It's not easy, is it, bitch?
Nope, residential home for the disabled.
This is cool, though. It's James McAvoy.
Yeah.
Professor X.
He'll never top Split. Dude, that was are you want to talk about good acting? You didn't like it?
I don't know. It was okay.
What did you not like about it? I thought that movie was phenomenal.
It was PG-13.
Yeah, I just thought it was going to be... I was super excited about it because when it first came out, it was introduced... His character was introduced in what?
Glass.
Yeah.
Glass.
Yeah.
And so I was like super excited about it. You know, like, oh man, I can't wait to see this. And then I watched it. I'm like, okay, it's good. It's cool.
Is that DC, by the way?
Glass? Yes.
That whole series?
No.
Is that a DC
Marvel,
thing?
I think, isn't it?
No, that's DC.
Is it DC?
Yeah.
Is it?
It's Unbreakable, Split, and Glass.
Yeah.
But they're based
Because those
on
are
the
all M. Night
comics.
Shyamalan.
Yeah.
It's
It's got to be DC.
maybe.
It's so dark.
It's
I
either
don't know.
it might be Dark Horse.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it might be Dark. I'm not 100% positive, to be honest with you.
And that's not Katy Perry.
because
folks.
if it's not Marvel, I don't give a shite.
All the girls listening are like, Katy Perry? Had to do with comic books?
Yeah, it's Dark Horse.
It is Dark Horse.
Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah, it says James McAvoy's Kevin Wendell Crumb. This universe has its roots not in the comic libraries of Marvel DC, but rather in Shyamalan's own imagination.
Yeah.
M. Night
Awesome.
Shyamalan Ding Dong.
It was all a dream.
Number 6.
It is Once, 2007, 7.8.
That's the name of the movie. It was once in 2007, 7.8.
You got it. John Carney is known for making some of the best movie musicals. Oh, what's a musical
boy.
that combines strong characters with great songs.
Uh-huh.
The songs in this film function perfectly as a look into the psyche of the characters.
Like Tarzan and Phil Collins.
Kind of.
Oh boy.
A standout is Falling Slowly, the love ballad that won the Academy Award for Best Original Song. And I
Holy
believe, if I'm not mistaken, Alanis Morissette sang that song.
Really?
Yeah.
It's called Falling Slowly. I'll have to check that out.
It's called Guy.
Oh, the song's called Guy?
Yeah, Hey Guy.
No, it says a standout is falling slowly. This love ballad that won the Academy Award. You son of a bitch.
Number 5.
Number 5.
In Bruges?
Bruges.
Bruges?
It's Bruges. It's Bruges.
Bruges.
What the hell does that mean?
It means...
Guy. It means in balls.
Okay. 2008.
Okay.
All these came out in the 2000s. You notice that?
Yeah.
Like the early 2000s. 7.9, almost an 8.
Oh, we're getting there.
Okay. Sometimes it's easy to forget that well-known actors in Hollywood aren't actually American. Colin Farrell is one of these people. In his role as Hitman Ray in Martin McDonagh's comedy crime film In Bruges.
In Bruges.
I like Bruges.
Bruges.
It just sounds better.
Yeah, it does. It does. Yeah. The way you do that, it's definitely better.
Almost sounds like going like et tu brute.
Kind of.
Yeah. He's like, what?
Colin Farrell is able to tap into his Irish identity. He is really Irish, isn't he?
Yeah.
Dude, I fucking love Colin
His name's
Farrell.
Colin Farrell, of course. It's his
Colin
name.
Farrell.
Yeah. That's his name. That's what he does.
So anyways.
Wow. Do you need to talk to me about something?
I love his movies. He's a very phenomenal
But
actor.
like we're like Will Smith,
yeah. Awesome
Colin
guy.
Farrell,
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds,
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman.
Yeah. Kurt Russell. Yeah.
You know what?
Jesus.
We need to find his dream journal.
Oh.
That's locked up here, baby.
You can't get it.
I picture like a trapper keeper, you know.
It's in me head.
Yeah.
I got a binder for each guy.
Nice.
Number 4.
My Left Foot.
I have actually seen this.
Really?
No.
Yes.
What's it about?
1989.
Well, first of all,
7.9. Oh, I know. Because who's in it? That's why.
well, yeah, it's Daniel Day-Lewis.
But, like, if I saw
he's
that-
got like it's not. He's paralyzed.
Cerebral palsy.
Yeah, and it's the whole story is about him.
This is the second movie about cerebral palsy, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's hard to say, by the way.
Cerebral palsy.
Cerebral palsy.
Especially when you got
cerebral.
Especially when you got cottonmouth.
Cerebral.
Yeah.
Cerebral.
say-
Cerebro.
Say cerebral.
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 Syrup. Daniel Day-Lewis won his first Oscar for his role in My Left Foot. And it's not hard to see why. Well, yeah, he goes over the top in all his roles. He becomes character for like, a year before he even starts it.
Dude.
Well, you know who else does that now that I heard? Christian Bale.
Oh, no,
yeah.
he's nuts.
He's like on that level of...
DiCaprio does too. All the really good ones. But Daniel Day-Lewis best is
There Will Be Blood.
no, that's
Gangs of New York.
yes. Oh my God, Butcher
The
Bill.
Butcher- yeah, that was pretty good.
Fuck, have you seen that? Oh my God,
You never seen that?
dude? It's
That's
amazing.
on Amazon Prime, I think.
Look,
by the way.
when you get a
Yeah.
chance,
What's
just
it called?
Gangs of New York.
It's
Everybody
long.
should watch it.
It's like a 3-hour movie, but it's good.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I should watch
It's
that.
got Cameron Diaz in it. It's got Leonardo
okay.
DiCaprio. It's got Daniel
my
Day-Lewis in it, dude. It's all about how like when New York was first starting and all of the Irish were coming over.
They found a mask.
And no, what?
Can't guarantee. No, they
No.
oh, okay.
Nope.
You got that. Okay.
I did.
So, but,
No,
but it's
Drew
literally
Barrymore and Lucy Luce show up.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's dude. I'm telling you, it's amazing. This movie, what's it, My Left Foot or whatever,
Yes.
is a very, very slow movie.
Okay.
Like you're like watching and you're like, when is this over? In my opinion.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I just wasn't a fan of it.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Number 3,
Number 3.
Sing Street.
Ooh,
Sing
I have not seen this
Sing Street. 2016, 7.9.
one. Okay.
John Carney's 8th feature film, Sing Street, is pure delight. It is a coming-of-age musical movie about a boy in 1980s Dublin who starts a band in order to impress a girl. I've never heard that story before.
Yeah,
Never.
never.
By the way, John Carney was the guy that did that Once movie. The one we just talked about a little earlier. That was like number 6 or whatever. With had the song in it. It
Yeah.
was you claimed was not who it was.
Hey, Guy.
Anyway, yeah, Guy.
Yeah,
Right. Yes.
Apart from the great cast, the best part of this movie is its songs. Oh, it's another musical.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, we'll just skip over that.
Okay.
Number 2,
Mhm.
In the Name of the Father, another Daniel Day-Lewis
Yeah,
movie.
buddy. I have not seen this one.
I haven't either. 1993. It's an 8.1.
Yeah.
I've seen parts of it.
You have?
Yes.
All right. Nominated for 7 Oscars.
Jesus.
Damn.
But the key word is nominated.
Yep.
In the Name of the Father is proof that Jim Sheridan is one of the most critically acclaimed Irish directors of all time.
Wow.
In addition to his Best Director nomination for this film, he has been nominated for 5 other Oscars. over the course of his career.
Damn.
Wow.
Guy knows his shit.
Yeah, sounds like it. Number 1.
Life Begins Now.
Nope, never heard of it.
And I've watched this probably 28 times by now.
Seriously?
This was a 2017 8.7 on the Richter scale.
Wait, are you being serious? Or
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Do you have the t-shirt?
It's on HBO Max.
You have it though, right?
The t-shirt.
Yeah.
They don't have a t-shirt for this movie.
Are you sure?
Yeah. They have a
I have-
soundtrack.
I
The
have a
soundtrack's
t-shirt
pretty good.
for it.
Life Begins Now is a little-known experimental drama about the romantic and spiritual connection between two people.
And that's how I know you've never seen this movie.
Although there are not many reviews of this film,
That's how I know.
it's praised for its exceptional acting and the way it prompts the viewers to contemplate the meaning of life.
The second it said what it was, I knew you were
The
lying.
28th time after I watched this movie, I contemplated life.
Yeah.
I sat
Did
there
you?
and I was like, life begins now.
Did you watch it 28 times in a row?
And that's your movies.
Yeah, that's your movies, you lying sack of horse poo. Anyway, listen, we hope you enjoyed Creepy Ireland with us because it was creepy. A lot of creepy places. We learned a lot about Ireland, which I think is amazing. And hopefully you guys learned something about that big, beautiful country or little beautiful country. Either way, it was awesome. Make sure to stop over to our official website, themidnighttrainpodcast.com. At our website, you can buy some super sweet merchandise.
Super sweet.
Super sweet. Right. Where you can find our Duke of Fingerbum shirt, the super popular Don't Be a Salvo, the new shirt, which is just another Mannequin Monday, which is an awesome shirt.
And the soon to be coming
Volley of Abuse.
Volley of Abuse shirt,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Along with the Switchblade wielding Jersey Raccoon t-shirt, hats, phone cases, and so much more. Now listen, you can also go to our website and you can actually sign up for something pretty awesome.
Well, what's that?
NFTs? We have our own NFTs?
I knew it. It's Dad, isn't he?
No.
You're naked in half of them.
No.
Yeah, but it's like a 2-second GIF.
Yes.
But I am naked when I use Dr. Squatch soap.
Oh, you can smell it on me, by the way.
Yeah. Is it good?
Is that what I've been smelling?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was more herbal.
But I'm kind of bummed out
Oh,
Why?
because I have one bar left.
You got to order more.
Oh, I'm going to.
Order more.
get that subscription. You know, there's a really good subscription now, right?
Yeah, well, Dr. Squatch is changing the way men approach hygiene by providing all natural, high quality, healthy products like bar soaps, hair care, colognes, beard oils, and more that make you feel like a man and smell like a champion. All soaps and products are made right here in the United States using the finest all natural ingredients, not cheaply made or harmfully mass produced. Get 20% off your first subscription. Just head on over to the midnighttrainpodcast.com/sponsors, or just go to midnighttrain.com. Click on sponsors. It'll be there. Click on the banner. Use the promo code DSC Squatch20 to get the best hand soap. And while you're there and you're checking out our sponsors, check out BarkBox. BarkBox is one of our new sponsors that we're going to be dealing with here soon. And well, now, should I say not soon, like now. And you can actually get 1 free month, and you can get a box sent to your house for your dog.
Really?
Dude,
And it's amazing. They've got so many
awesome.
It's got so many cool little toys they make themselves. They everything is geared towards your dog. So you can get over there, sign up. It helps us out. Get something cool for your dog, and you get a free month with your subscription. So it's pretty cool.
And if you have a cat, you don't have a dog, take the cat to the pound and get a dog.
Is that how you do it? Can you swap them in?
Yeah, it's like trading up.
Yeah. So if you liked what you heard from us, consider being a producer of the show by heading on over to the midnighttrainpodcast.com and clicking on the Patreon button, or go to patreon.com/the Midnight Train Podcast. For as little as $5 a month, you can get all kinds of cool stuff like custom shirts, stickers, plethora of bonuses. I mean, we've got bonuses out the yin yang right now, and they're going to just keep on coming. And you know what?
Ass.
What? At the ass?
Yeah.
The arse.
The arse.
The arse. And listen, that's where we're going to be first dropping about the new project as well.
Wait, we're doing the project? This is the one that you guys have been doing behind my back, isn't it?
Yeah. No, we've been doing. Oh, never mind.
Fuck.
So yeah, the new thing we've got coming will be dropping for our Patreon listeners first. So if you want to be the first to hear about that, go over there. And that's all I'm going to say about that right now.
Pretty clever.
Yes.
Thank you.
And it's going to be a video as well, too. And I swear I have my clothes on.
With your what? So if you're a diehard Midnight Train fan and you want to help produce us and just help us out and get those bonuses and do all that stuff, Patreon's for you. Okay. Most importantly, please do us a favor and share the Midnight Train with everyone. Word of mouth is how we're going to get more passengers on this train and continue to bring you weekly episodes and talking about bonuses. During this week's episode on Creepy Ireland, I got sucked into a really fucked up case about a super big dickbag named John Botkin Adams, who was born in and went to school in Ireland, but moved to England and was a British general practitioner, convicted fraudster, and suspected serial killer, 163 of his patients died while in comas, which was obviously deemed to be worthy of investigation. In addition, 132 out of the 310 patients that he had actually left him money or items in their wills. Super fucked up part is he was never convicted of a single murder. If you want to hear more about us talking about that, sign up for Patreon. Don't forget to follow us all over the place. You know where we're at. We're at Midnight Train Pod on this, and just look it up. You'll find it. Now, lastly, listen, if you're looking for a new podcast player, check out Good Pods and make sure to drop us a review over there. Good Pods is a new platform that is making it easier for you to find the best indie podcasts out there, not just the same old top 5 global corporate podcasts every other platform promotes. Now, listen, we got, we got an amazing email from a new Patreon pooper.
Oh, really?
And it goes like this. And first and foremost, I have to say, loved their energy. Even reading it, I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. You know what I mean? It got me in such a good mood. It goes, hey guys, my stepbrother cousin, don't ask, it's a I'm my own grandpa type situation. Nick, who is a longtime friend of Moody, suggested this podcast to me over the holidays. 2 days after New Year's Eve, Nick texted me to say he had COVID. And lo and behold, so did I. That sucks. Sorry to hear about that. I did what any long-suffering COVID-era person would do. Dug into good media to pass the time during quarantine. I listened to one of your episodes, then promptly binged 10 more. I subscribed to your Patreon today, and I joined the FB group. I seriously cannot get enough of your antics. There's random movie quotes. There's spooky, macabre, murder, mystery, the spooky. She said the spooky again. That's awesome. And the weird and the wonderful. I absolutely love it. I have a few things to tell you guys. First, since I know that you guys love rabbit holes and random tangents, you talked about toe thumbs briefly on a recent episode. First of all, toe thumbs, a.k.a. the murderer's thumb, a.k.a. the Habsburg thumb, is actually called, this word, back to the future. Back type D. Yes.
Can you do that at 88 BPM?
Yeah, I just did. It is a congenital condition that is used to describe shortened thumbs. Scientifically speaking, the medical term breaks down to brachy, meaning short, and dactyl, like pterodactyl, meaning finger. There are 13 types of brachydactyl. Hey, I got it. That's right. Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. That affect almost every finger bone in the hand, and type D describes the shortened thumbs or toe thumbs. No, Sean Bean does not have toe thumbs, but tons of people do, including celebrities like Megan Fox, Anne Heche, Mark Wahlberg, Mila Kunis, and Stephen Colbert. Wow. Second, I have a creepy ghost hunting story. For a while, I worked at Elyria Memorial Hospital in Elyria, Ohio, in the emergency department.
Scary place.
Yeah. I worked swing shift, which didn't Dave work there?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
I went there a few times when I was working at the prison.
I wonder if she knows a guy named Dave. Didn't he work in ER? He worked in ER, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. His
Dave Vallow.
Dave Vallow, our buddy. And, hey, speaking of fingers, he's only got 9 of them.
What is the irony in that?
Yeah, I know.
Right?
So she goes on to say, I worked swing shift, which put me there until 2 a.m., which, by the way, is the creepiest fucking time of the day to be in any emergency room. I agree. After learning a little bit about the hospital, I found out that it opened in 1908, and most of it has been largely remodeled or revamped. But the emergency room, as it stands today, is the oldest remaining part of the hospital that has not been redone at any point in several decades. That's crazy. I didn't know that. EMH also is a receiving facility and serves as the county morgue.
I didn't know that.
Didn't know that either.
Yikes.
In my position as a patient registrar, I sometimes had to receive bodies when they were dropped off at the ER and taken downstairs to the morgue. Fuck. There's also an auxiliary room in the hallway between the main ED and the Q track where bodies are sometimes stored briefly before being taken downstairs, lovingly referred to as the body room. Between deaths that happen in the ER and corpses that pass through on their way to the morgue, the ED has seen untold numbers of bodies pass through it. Anyways, I had randomly downloaded an iPhone Ghost Hunter app one day just to mess around with it. It comes with a bunch of mini tools like EMF, EVP, a barometer, FFTV, among others. I played around a little bit with the EMF detector, which actually does work, and then put my phone in the pocket of my scrubs and went to work. That night, we hit a really boring and slow hour or two, and I was just sitting there shooting the shit with the triage nurse. Nurse. I mentioned to her that I just got this Ghost Hunter app, and she immediately scoffed and was like, oh yeah, that's some dumb bullshit. Having no real dog in the fight and not having really played with it much, I just told her, okay, well, we're all entitled to our opinions, but I'll just switch the EVP mode on and leave it right here next to us and see if anything happens. Worst case scenario, it's bunk and I wasted a whole $1 on the Apple Store. Okay, makes sense.
Fair enough.
The triage nurse and I was sitting next to. The triage nurse I was sitting next to was pregnant and was dating the baby daddy who also worked at EMG and Transpo, basically pushing patients in beds or wheelchairs from department to department inside the building. She and I got to chatting about life, current events, blah, 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 and suddenly the EVP app chimes in with a word.
Damn, I was hoping it was going to be like a ringtone alert. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They could be
well, hold on. It should be noted, apart from this is her still going on, apart from showing the word on the screen, it also reads the word aloud in a creepo monotone Android type voice.
Aloud.
So as we're sitting there chatting, it says ring in a horrifying robot voice. We stop and look at each other. I say, okay, ring, like ring. Did your boyfriend propose to you? Like, did he give you a ring? She rolled her eyes and was like, no, this stupid the EVP thing is dumb. Then my phone rang. My fucking phone rang at 12:30 a.m. in the middle of a dead, quiet emergency room. No more than 60 seconds after the EVP says ring, my phone rings. We look at each other. We look at the phone. I pick it up. Hello? No one is there. Hello? Dead air. I hang it up. She shifts uncomfortably in her seat. Okay. After a minute or two of being weirded out, Miss Doubtful and I resume conversation. A few minutes later, the EVP Creepabot voice interrupts a second time. It says, popcorn. She rolls her eyes again. 5 minutes later, her boyfriend walks down into the triage area where we're sitting and says, hey, babe, I know you were snacky lately, so I brought you something. He hands Miss Skeptical Prego Nurse a box of popcorn. I am not even making this up. She looks at me tells me, turn that stupid thing off. I say, I thought you said it was some dumb bullshit. LOL. I always wanted to turn it on and leave it running in the body room, but I never really got the nuts to go in there by myself. Anyhow, get the app and play around with it a little. We got to get that app.
Yes.
If you want. It's called Ghost Hunter M2 in the Apple Store. Worst case scenario, you waste $1. But best case scenario, you freak out a skeptic. Thanks so much for running an A+ quality podcast. I look forward to supporting y'all in the future and listening to the back catalog of so many episodes. You guys are the best, and I super appreciate you entertaining me throughout COVID, quarantine, and beyond. Can't wait to hear next week's episodes. Choo choo. Love, Maggie.
Oh,
what a great story. Crazy as shit, first of all.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's really creepy.
Wait, so you said the app was Ghost Hunter M2?
Yes.
Oh.
M as in mom.
And she lied. It's $4.
Oh, now we know you can afford $3.
She doesn't work for EMH. She actually works for the app company.
Yeah. Well, listen, thank you so much for that message, and Maggie, thank you for becoming a pooper as well.
Yeah.
Like it's super huge, and we honestly we can't thank you guys, all you guys so much.
Oh, thank you
for not you guys.
Oh, damn
them.
Oh.
We can't thank you for all the love and support we've received. You guys. You passengers really do keep this train moving. Thank you all so much for listening. A very special thank you to our fearless executive producer, Patreon Poopers. To Margaret Dempsey, Kelly Ryan, Corey Kurkowski, Nathan Diekman, Hank Sanchez, Stacy Lukonen, Nicholas Cooper, Caitlin McKinney, Trent Scott, Spencer Dunlap, Jacob Cook, Maggie Brothers, Albert Lopez, Miles Campbell, Brian Gunselman, Margaret Atkins, Colleen Cox, Pumpkin Escobar, Mac Doherty, Turner Cox. So many Cox on our pooper. Sydney Sayer, Gina Madison, Janet Sherrill, Laura Randall, Chad Flint, Chris McLeod, Justin Kowalczyk, Rob Webb from the Fun Box Podcast. Make sure you're checking the Fun Box out. Christina Skelton and Jessica Bartolome from the Sister Skeleton Podcast. Maria Gibbs, Chainsaw.
What the fuck?
Jigsaw, Rick Resler, who just gave me some beer that he made recently, and Logan and I tried it tonight, and it's fucking delicious, dude.
It's very good.
It is so good, man. Great job on that. Also to Courtney Batchelor, Katie Brabenek, and of course, our boy, Bill Birch.
Oh, good for you.
So do us a favor, spread the word. And if you want your name to be mentioned on the show and for us to be forever grateful, just become a Patreon producer. Show us some love and we'll show you love right back. All right, stay safe out there, passengers. And as always,
choo-choo, motherfucker.
I'm going to slap a shit out of you.
He's trying every episode to get that in.
It's like a different one each time.
Yeah.
Do you want to do it right?
Yes.
Do it.
Choo-choo, motherfucker.
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.